you, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
I made it. Hold on, y'all. You know how it go when you're just getting back, girl. The internet want to restart. Everything got to restart. It was a lot going on, but I'm back. How y'all doing? Welcome to the morning, Joce. How y'all doing? Come on in, get the likes up on the video. I hope you guys are doing swell. It is Friday. Ironically, I'm back on a Friday, but y'all, I missed y'all. I really do. I missed y'all. I enjoyed my vacation in Greece. It was nothing short of amazing, but it's good to be back. It's really, really good to be back. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day as I am. Well, I was until I broke the glass on top. I came home and I went to put some fruit in my refrigerator and I realized that it just wasn't clean enough for me. So I decided, let me pull everything out the refrigerator and give the refrigerator a good cleaning. Well, the glass that sits on top of one of the drawers, it was the last glass that I was washing, and it slipped through my hands and broke into a trillion pieces. I'm scared to take my shoes off in my house. And anybody who knows me, you can't wear shoes in my house. I don't let people with their shoes in my house. You got to leave your shoes at the front door when you come to my house. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I can't take my shoes off in my own house because I'm scared, I'm still finding glass even as we speak. I don't know what to do. I could have sworn, like, I'm talking about the thing must have broken to a quadrillion pieces. I'm talking about the pieces so small, girl. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, because that's small minor things. I'll get another glass, hopefully. Can you do that? Can you like buy just a little glass piece? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I'll figure that out at another day. But other than that, I'm having a wonderful morning. I got to ground and meditate, and I hope y'all did too. But I did get to ground and meditate this morning, and it was a wonderful day and still is a wonderful day. So come on in. Come on in, get the likes up on the video, and shout out to everybody. Okay, they say, yeah, I can. Okay, I'm going to have to go on Frigidaire. Ain't that the kind I got? You know what kind I always wanted? When I had first saw the touchscreen ones, they had this kind. I remember, I never forget it. They had this refrigerator. You can, from your phone, you can see all the stuff you need, or you can just, instead of opening your refrigerator, it'll show you what's all in there and it'll remind you. I was like, ooh, I wonder what that's like. I ain't got there yet. But anyway, I got me a regular old double door Frigidaire, and we gonna roll that out. I'm gonna see if I can get my little glass, because I'm scared I'm gonna be gonna set something down and ain't nothing there, you know? At any rate, hi y'all. Welcome back to me. Welcome back to y'all. I know y'all been bored, because I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't bored. I'm not gonna lie. But I was thinking, because I'm very empathetic, I was thinking to myself, dang, if I wasn't me and I was gone for a week, I'd be like, dang, when's she coming back? So I understood. And shout out to y'all for missing me as I missed y'all, because I couldn't wait to get back in this seat. Child, I finally got back over here and had to restart everything. You know how I be. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't been on the computer in a while. You think you about to just jump back on the computer and say, baby, you got updates and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I'm back from Greece. Greece was amazing. And this is Educational Friday. So all of y'all who know about my Educational Friday teas, make sure y'all pull up this evening for Educational Friday. We will be discussing ancient Black Greece and all of these pyramids and this ancient society, because what Black America does not know is we are the creators of those things, the areas, the pyramids, the civilizations, all of it. So please, 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 if you're interested, pull up to Educational Friday later on and we'll discuss that, okay? So we got that. But today we got a few things to discuss. And before we do that, let's get into the morning announcements. First of all, welcome to the morning, Joce. I am your host, what? Girl, why did I do that? Freudian slip. That's not what I wanted to say. I'm your host, Voodoo Doll TV. That was a Freudian slip. I am your host, Voodoo Doll TV, and I am here to do the morning Joce. Girl, what is going on? Ew. Anyways, I'm your host, Voodoo Doll TV, and I am here to give y'all the morning jokes. We do this Monday through Friday, so make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out, okay? Pull up, pull over, and pop out. Also, what else did I wanted to say? I almost told y'all my real name, which it don't really matter. I ain't gonna lie, it really don't. It truly don't. But I like my anonymity. Let's just leave it there. If anybody really wanted to know who I was, I swear to God, you can find out. It's not. I'm just not gonna tell y'all me. It'll come out. You definitely know my real name, unfortunately. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, me glitching, girl. I almost gave y'all my real information, girl. What is going on, girl? Why, girl? And girl, Greece that made me come back with a truth serum, huh? Anyways, y'all, like I said, if you ever really want, and I'm not imploring nobody to go look me up, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is the records are public. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a thing. anyways, I'm Voodoo Doll TV, okay? I'm Voodoo Doll TV, and I'm here to give y'all the morning jokes. We do this Monday through Friday, so if you're new to the channel, make sure y'all hit that video hit the like button, subscribe, and also shout out to the replay gang, you know what I'm saying? And I love y'all so much. We got to make sure every day we are grounding, meditating, and praying. We got to make sure we are grounding, meditating, and praying. Listen to me, you guys. This is so important. This is so important that we ground and we meditate and we pray. And the reason is because we are in heavy, deep spiritual warfare. And the only way for us to wake up out of this trance, I'm so sorry, but the only way to wake up out of this trance, you guys, is for us to ground, meditate, and pray. We got to get closer to God. So please, y'all, I got to turn this AC on. Make sure y'all are doing that, okay? What else? Ground, meditate, and pray. Genealogy. Oh my God. Listen, everything is lining up into why and what we're doing here, right? I get on here every day and I preach to you guys to do your genealogy. And first of all, for anybody who doesn't know, genealogy and or your identity is your first step to freedom, okay? You have to know who you are. You have to. The only reason a lot of us are literally walking around in the dark is because we have no idea who we are. So the only way to figure that out is we have to do our genealogy. And all it is a family tree of people who came before you. Who were the people you came from? Who you kin to? Who your people is? You see what I'm saying? It's the same old. And I know a lot of people won't think that this is so important, but I'm telling you now, it is so important that y'all get this information because, hold on, let me adjust. It's so important that y'all get this information because once it frees your mind, it's going to free you mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually. And it is very important and imperative that y'all do that. So please do your genealogy. All it is a family tree. Talk to the elders in your family and find out who you are and where you came from. Okay. What else we got? We got a few things to discuss on the show today. And like I said, make sure y'all meet me later for Educational Friday. Educational Friday, we will be doing that. And we will be discussing ancient Black Greek, okay? Or ancient Black Greece. And speaking of, I need to send these photos to me so I can show y'all these pyramids surrounding the Athens airport, okay? But we'll get into that. So what do we got to talk about today? Oh, Lord. The Native Americans, y'all. Yes. The Native Americans apparently are being denied tribal citizenship because they don't have the genealogy. Now, if anybody know about the $5 footlongs and their claim to the American name, you know that they lie. Basically, their ancestors or the people who came before them, the Siberians, they signed and shook hands with the American government to cosplay as the original Americans here. If you've been on my channel long enough, then you know, okay, that we Black America are the original Americans. We are the first, we are the Alpha and the Omega to this land, okay? And if you don't know that, then welcome to the party. You're late. I'm glad you're here rather than not. So please do your genealogy and you'll be able to corroborate every single thing that I'm saying. But these $5 footlongs, as I call them, the Native Americans, they have so long been holding on generationally to the lie that they are the original people. Now documentation, like I tell everybody, is the only thing that beats conversation. Now these people are being denied their tribal citizenship because they don't have the genealogy. But guess who do? Take a guess of the group of people who have the genealogy. You, Black America, this is why I come on here every day. I'm telling you, everything is lining up. So please do your genealogy. And we're going to discuss these $5 footlongs and the outrage because they feeling some type of way, as they should. No, as they shouldn't. It is what it is. Their ancestors should have told them, hey, by the way, this is all a sham. But they didn't. What happened was the ancestors got the $5 dowry, paid the money, became the $5 footlongs, and then they generationally lied to their descendants. So now here we are. So we'll get into that. We also got to get into the Africans stealing Juneteenth. Here we go again. Same old, just another day. I am so over these Africans. Shout out to Africa. I'm not, let me just say that. And I'm not going to keep giving no disclaimer on what I'm saying because I'm going to say what I say. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to the descendants or the inhabitants of Africa. When I'm speaking on them, I'm not speaking on every single person in Africa. I'm talking about these Cabbage Patch Kids that they cosplaying as the real Africans. I'm talking about these Nigerians. And shout out to y'all too, but I got to say that part. I'm talking about these Nigerians and all these other Africans that's over here in America trying and attempting to steal our stuff. And we need to understand this is way bigger than, oh, they just want to take the holiday. What they are doing is destiny swapping with you, Black America. So we're going to get into that. We also got to get into a telethon. Lord have mercy. We're going to lose some brain cells for just a second. Apparently, Myron Gaines and DJ Akademiks are having a back and forth on the Clear Man Chud. I don't know much about him except that he was going through America rage baiting people. Something must have happened to him. And now Myron and DJ Akademiks are having a back and forth. And Myron being the puppet that he is, he's all Black Americans or niggers with a hard ER. Y'all are the reason why this, that, and the third, because y'all just make the, and he's getting schooled by another tether, DJ Akademiks. One thing I will give Akademiks fat ass, he do have a little more closer ear to the street, but we'll get into that back and forth. Like I said, we'll only lose brain cells for just a little bit, but it's going to be educational, so don't worry about it. Then we got to get into Floyd Mayweather. Now, Floyd is hit with $1 million child support. Floyd, I heard you make the girl sign an NDA. Who is you skeeting off in? They say Floyd Mayweather or $1 million in child support. And let me just say this. They said the girl was a stripper and Floyd have been having a lot of financial issues here lately. We gonna get into that, and then we also got to get into Anthony, what's his name? Adrien Broner. He's got his first essay suit coming right now because he violated a girl, touched her butt. And then 21 Savage, he'd rather post the mystery of the baby than even the bitch who had him. So we gonna get into all of that. So come on in, get the likes up on the video, and let's get started. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta adjust. Crossing these legs, girl. I was supposed to come live when I got off yesterday. Y'all know it was a 12-hour flight. I got home, 12 and a half hour. By the time I got home, I took a bath and I was like, all right, I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna go live. Then I was like, oh crap, I gotta do Love and Hip Hop. Speaking of, I will have Miami out for the weekend, but I laid down and my eyes were so heavy. I had to lay down and do the Love and Hip Hop review. My eyes were so heavy, but I refused to not give Love and Hip Hop to y'all. So I laid down, recorded it. So if my voice sounds a little lazy, I'm sorry, y'all. I was literally fighting the sleep to even do the doggone review. But I'm catching up. I'm catching back up on the time thing. The jet lag ain't as bad as it was. I'm not really tired right now. I'm just high as the cost of living. So if you see me looking a little sleepy, I'm up. Per se, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yay. Where was I going with that? But I'm up, I'm back, and we got Educational Friday today, so make sure y'all pull up. But I got the work done. I got it done. Yes, I did, because I felt like it was needed. It was needed. So we got Love and Hip Hop Miami coming later on. Okay. Now I want to get into. Hold on. Let me send y'all these videos. These pictures. Because this is important. This is an honorable mention that I want to share with y'all. Hold on. And y'all, please get the likes up on the video if y'all could just bear with me for just a moment. I feel like one of them people in church. If you guys can just bear with me. He is a sinner. Y'all always wanted to learn how to talk in tongues. I don't know how them people be doing that. I think they be possessed, huh? Who know how to talk in tongues? Get on here and let me know what's going on. Is y'all be possessed when them people going, oh, speaking of? Drop down in the comments. But I got another question. So, girl, I don't know why them people First of all, let's go back. I gotta start over. So I went to Santorini, Greece. Everybody knows that. Let me show y'all my video if I haven't showed y'all already. I know a lot of y'all saw it, but I want to show y'all again. Because the lady said, I didn't say it. The lady said I could be a model or whatnot. Now I'm old. You feel what I'm saying? But when the lady had said, girl, you could be a model, I was like, for real? And I want to share again my little video and whatnot. Hold on. I'm just telling y'all what the lady at the Greece place said. I didn't say it. This is what the lady said. Y'all see my picture, my video? Mm-hmm. Y'all know I went to Greece. It was such an amazing experience. If you or someone you know ever get an opportunity to travel that way, please do, okay? It's not even up for discussion. Or if you have an opportunity, like I said, please go to Greece. If you can, stop in Athens and see Athens first, you know what I'm saying? Or at least on the way back, it'll be a treat. But I will say Santorini and all those islands around there are it's just ridiculous. My daughter and I went kayaking. I want to show y'all this video so y'all can see these pyramids. You know, I was thinking to myself when I was going through my meditation, I said, you know, the line between truth and the line between truth. Oh my God. The line between truth and fiction is so thin the human eye can't see it. But yet to travel between truth and fiction can take or seem like it can take lifetimes. I hope this is making sense. This is something I came up with in my head. And if you follow me, it's going to go somewhere. Just hear me out, okay? So, and y'all know I used to write, you know what I'm saying? So if I come up a little poetic, excuse my poetry, okay? No, that's not an AI, that's me. And it's the crazy part. I had a couple of people, my family was like, we thought that was AI. That's me. That's all me. That ain't no AI, that's all me. It's crazy work. Hold on. Let me show y'all this though. Y'all gotta see this. So, what I was saying was the line between truth and fiction is literally so thin the human eye couldn't see it. You couldn't even be able to see it if I pointed it out to you. Yet and still, the distance to travel between fiction and truth can seem like it takes lifetimes. Now, I know this might be some poetry stuff. If somebody steal my stuff, I know you stole it because I came up with it out my head. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, it can seem like it can take lifetimes and journeys or lifetimes, I'm sorry, to get between this truth and fiction. And that's done by design. But I'm saying all that to say, when I got, hold on, I want to make sure I share this with y'all. I tell people all the time, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to think and do too much at the same time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to send these pictures. Now listen. Once you open your eyes to certain things, it is very hard to unsee. Well, you can't. Once you see, you see. You can't unsee. And I was sitting here thinking to myself, now I wanted to go to Santorini because I seen Rick Ross on the video back in the day. Yay. I seen that funky fat bastard like that cigar and say Santorini, Greece. I put it on the map. And even the intro, that's why I use the intro for the music. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we want to say the world. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I be feeling like that. So I see the video and I'm like, whenever I get money, I always knew I was going to be able to travel one day. I don't know why I've always known it. But when I said, whenever I get money, I'm going to go to Santorini, Greece. But look at how God put everything in line for me, right? So now I end up awakening, going on this journey. And then I'm thinking I'm picking Santorini for vacation, might get a few 1-2 teas, you know what I'm saying? Get a little information or whatnot. But then I get to Santorini and realize this is ancient history, and not just ancient history, our ancient history. And a lot of people might think I'm talking crazy, but if you understand the way that I understand, which I know a lot of you may not, that's why I'm explaining to you. What people don't understand, I say this all the time, is The Most High set out and told his people to go be fruitful and multiply. The Bible will tell us that he said it to Adam and Eve, but it was just a male representation and a female representation of the people. And what we did as a people is went around the world and created civilizations. That's what we did. I am not saying that we were the first all over the world. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is we had vibrated at such a high energy level and we had awakened so much so that we were creating civilizations out of nothing, literal nothing, or what seems to be nothing. You know, I was thinking to myself when I was in Greece and they were showing us all this stuff in Santorini, I was thinking to myself, I said, man, how did these people know to do the things that they knew? And let me tell you what I mean when I say what I'm saying. So when I got to Greece, one thing I noticed was it's a lot of mountains or a lot of how do I download this crap? It's a lot of mountains or what look to be mountains. And I've always been able to recall I'll show you this video. I've always been able to recall people always, breaking or shutting stuff down, like, oh, it's just a mountain and we just go with it. And I'm traveling back to the point where I was making when I said the line between truth and fiction is as thin as the eye could see, yet and still the travel to get there can seem like it take lifetimes. Now, me and my daughter went kayaking, right? Because I'm an adventurous bitch. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it was us and this old ass clear couple right here, and they were so sweet as pie, wasn't they? Y'all wasn't there, but I'm telling you now. You see this clear couple right here? I'm glad their face ain't in it. They were as sweet as pie. You know what I'm saying? These people, they in their 60s. They say they've been traveling all over the world, Craig. They done lived everywhere. They say they got longevity running their family. They say, but a lot of their people get sickly once they get in their elderly ages. But one thing they said was them traveling the way that they do, they don't have a lot of health complications. So I don't know. I felt like the implication of traveling being a good thing, good for your health. I think that if you can, then most people should do it. But they were just an example. But I'm saying all that to say, if you look behind these people while I'm on my kayak taking a picture of the scenery, a lot of this look just like rocks. And this is going back to this difference between truth and fiction. Now, the reason why most of us will look at that and just turn away and say, oh, it's mountains or oh, it's old rocks is because that is the indoctrination that we've been given. That is what we've been told. You don't question things. If science says it, it's got to be facts. If the Bible said it, it's got to be facts. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're operated or we're told to operate. When the fact of the matter is just that one little simple mindset can literally be the block between what's really happening and what you're being told that is happening. Now, why is this important? I've been for all these times, I've seen all these mountains and hills all over America and elsewhere. And I'm just thinking these are regular random mountains. And some of them are. But the fact of the matter is, you guys, these are not random rocks and mountains. A lot of these are old pyramids, and a lot of these are not just old pyramids, they're old civilizations. See, now we live everything that we have is above ground. It's above where everybody can see. But if y'all understood a lot of things that was going on, I guess you could say BC, CE, I don't know, because I feel like that's all a bunch of BS, that whole time thing. But when you go back to ancient times, you'll learn that a lot of us built a lot of civilizations inside and underground, right? And a lot of those mountains that we're seeing, I kept telling my daughter, I'm like, bruh, I feel like these ain't just no random mountains. I feel like something is inside of these mountains. Well, tell me why we get to the tour guide, and the tour guide says that inside of some of these mountains, she didn't say all, that there are actual rooms like mansions. Our people, and we're going to get into more about why it's our people, but our people traveled all the way to Europe, you feel what I'm saying, and other places, and we built these pyramids. These pyramids are only indigenous to the Egyptian, and if you know who the Egyptian people are, then you know that is us. Not them fake ass people over there in Africa. No shade, but I got to say that part. That is a Hollywood movie set. Let me say that again. That Egypt over there in Africa, where them sand niggas at, that is a Hollywood movie set per se. Does that make sense? That is not the original true Egypt. First of all, Egypt is not a place. It is, but it's more than a place. It is a people, okay? But on top of that, these people, these Egyptians are us and portions of us that went all across the world and created this stuff. And we were guided by the divine, guided by the Most High, by the ancestors, and all kinds of other stuff. But if we're only told via school indoctrination that these are just random rocks, nobody is going to go and look into it. Let me show y'all something too. Let me show y'all this too. And I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know we got to whoop. But I want to show y'all something. When I landed in Greece, one of the first things, or in Athens, I'm sorry. One of the first things I noticed was, God damn it, this airport is surrounded by pyramids. Can y'all see this? Is this too much? Can y'all see this? Now, in random, this looked like just some random mountains type, you know what I'm saying? Some random mountain stuff. And, you know, you could climb it if you want type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that is not just what this is. These are all civilizations as well. Inside of a lot of these mounds and pyramids were actual civilizations. Y'all ever hear about underground civilizations? A lot of this were trafficked, and not traffic, I hate to use that word, but a lot of these things were passages back and forth to other places. I know y'all have heard also that people used to travel underground and used to come up right through pyramids. These are the freaking pyramids, man. And yes, I believe, conspiracy theory, I believe that you can travel all across this world and probably other places as well, okay? But let me show you this other picture. Let me show you this other picture at the airport. Because, bro, I was like, the freaking airport is literally surrounded. Look. Now, I'm going to tell you now. I know for a fact, and if I think, I don't know if I have the other pictures, I'm going to post them on my community tab, but in every direction of the airport is pyramid. Now, this is the gag. If you go with the notion and the narrative that the indoctrination system told us that these are just random mountains, you'll see it and say they just mountains. It's not that deep. But if you have the eyes to see, you can literally look at this and see that this was a whole civilization, and they done put this damn airport smack dab in the middle. Now, I know that there's a connection there, and people who are smarter than me, please help me out. I definitely know that there's a connection, and the reason why they would put this airport in the middle of all of these damn pyramids. And when I say in every single direction, there's pyramids, in either pyramids or interstate, but it's all surrounding this place. And if I know that the pyramids in Santorini were occupied by civilizations, then what do you think these were? Remember, they make this stuff ruins and tell you it's rocks so you don't go and explore. But the fact of the matter is, this is your ancient history, your ancient knowledge. You are not just people who roam across America. You're not just the inventors here. You are all of this, okay? But I'm saying all that to say, because I don't want to really dive too deep into it, because we'll get into it more for Educational Friday. But when I did get to Greece, to Athens, when I did get to Athens, I must say, I'll just say this. I got there once I realized I had a what do you call it? Because this is the restaurant I was sitting at, and this is the view that was kind of behind me. I know a lot of people couldn't see me or couldn't see this when I was sitting in that restaurant and it was hella dark. That's on that last live video I did. I did a live video and I had this in the background. I'm sorry y'all couldn't see, but this is what I was showing y'all. Thank you, Didi. Didi said she's going to send me a video regarding the pyramids. Thank you. I sure look forward to it. Look, the Parthenon. That's what I can't pronounce it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I didn't realize, and I did, but I didn't. But I didn't realize that I had a 13-hour layover between Santorini and going home. So I get off the plane and I'm thinking, okay, let me just find my next terminal. We get off, we should be boarding at 8:50. Not even thinking that it's 8:50 a.m. So I finally realized, holy crap, my flight don't take off until the next day or the next morning. And I started panicking in my mind. I'm like, girl, I know you're not about to be sitting in no airport. I had just got to the airport at like 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So I'm like, you about to be sitting in this airport. I'm talking about for a day. Like, girl, like what? And I started in my mind panicking. I'm a male. Sorry, Didi. Thank you, Didi. I'm sorry. Sorry. My bad. But look, in my mind, I started panicking because I'm like, what am I going to do inside this airport? But walking by faith and not by sight gonna always win. So my little voice in my head said, well, just walk. So I walked out there and I seen the window and I asked the person, I said, well, can you just make sure that this flight is for tomorrow? And they're like, yep, it's definitely tomorrow. And I was like, so I got to sit here all night. And the guy was like, Or you can go downtown to Athens. And I was just like, huh? And I was like, so I can leave? He was like, yeah, you're already outside. He was like, basically, you can go out to the town. He was like, we have tours that happen at night and all that stuff. And you can go out and have a good time and just come back before it's time to catch your flight. So I'm like, holy crap. So I immediately got a smile on my face. And I went out there and I didn't know where I was going. I know the man gave me a map and said, get off here, but I forgot where he told me to get off. I was just riding until somebody said, ask the clear girl next to you, where's Athens? And she couldn't hardly speak no English, poor little thing, bless her little heart. But something just said, all I know is the girl said, get off right here. I got off right there and I didn't know where I was going. And I said, ancestors guide me. Tell me why I literally got off the train station that I got off was literally right under this. This is a God's honest truth. He could take me out if I'm lying right now. The spot that I got off on the train, right when you come up from the train station, that is literally behind it. Now, I didn't see it originally because I went forward. I never took a 360 and looked around. I only looked what I seen to my left. I looked to see what I saw to my right, and I looked ahead of me and I saw a long street. So I decided to go just walk the hood, you know what I'm saying? Not the hood, but walk the downtown area. And I did. And it was dope. But I had made it all the way back to realize that I was literally smack dab in the middle of where I needed to be. Nigga, like my ancestors and the Most High literally picked me up and dropped me right off in the middle. Like all I had to do was just spin the block and go up there and take the tour. But I was tired. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take the tour. I did decide to go walk up and down the little strip they have. I did get to see a lot of stuff that's down there. And I did get to have dinner. Now, when I met y'all, when I went live and I saw y'all, I happened to pick a restaurant. Oh God, I just happened to pick this restaurant / bar that had a great view. And that was behind me. This is divine. This is written by God. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just the vessel putting it all together for y'all, but this is already written out long before me. I already know that because this is the true definition of walking by faith and not by sight. I'm literally downtown Athens by myself because my daughter had already flew back to London. I'm literally downtown in Athens by myself with a bag and a purse. Like, God, ancestors, y'all got me. Just guide me. And they literally put me right there. And I'm saying all that to say, that's what it means to be in tune with the inner self and the higher self. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been terrified to what to do, where to go. I'd have got played. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, everybody I even came across was extremely helpful, extremely nice. But I meditate on positive energies and positive connections all the time. So I kind of expect that when I'm going out. I know it don't always happen, but I'm saying all that to say, I got to dive deeper into this because this is something that we need to add to the things we need to look up for who we are, because this is we're way, 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 way bigger than just skin color. And the one thing that they tricked us with, and the one big trickology bag that they used during that civil rights was the race thing. This is why we can't get nothing done through race. And like I said it before on the last video, I'm going to say it again before we get into the show. The reason why we are stuck is because we are heavily blinded by the system. The system teaches us that they don't like us because of our race. And yes, the broken down, poor, busted, and disgusted, the ignorant of them, yes, they don't like you because of your race. But this whole thing has absolutely nothing to do with race. What this has everything to do with is who you are at your core. Who are you at your essence? Who are the people in the bloodlines, in the lineage that you come from? I said it the last time we went live. They spend millions and billions and zillions of dollars to keep us sleeping stupid. And now for the first time, I understand it ain't got nothing to do with reparations. That's at the very, very bottom of the totem pole. It ain't got nothing to do with your reparations. It's everything to do with you waking up to who you are and going get it back. Because once you wake up, their dream becomes their nightmare. You feel what I'm saying? Your nightmare becomes theirs and their dream becomes yours. And that is why they keep you distracted. This is why I hate celebrities. They are paid puppets to do just that. Keep you distracted. They know this though. These are not unwilling participants. Let's be clear about these celebrities. None of these celebrities are unwilling participants. You want to know the ones who are unwilling participants? Them the ones who get blackballed. But for the mass majority of these celebrities, they are signing up to keep you blind. And this is why I can't stand them mother pluckers. I just don't. I feel like I have no use for them. And I don't think they have no use to society at all. You know what I'm saying? But there are a lot of things put in place to keep you blinded, so you never really truly know who you are. And I'm telling you now, it's bigger than your race. It's bigger than what you got going on here. Worry about some reparations. This is way deeper than rap. But I'm gonna say it one more time. The line between truth and fiction is so thin that the average human eye can't even see it. Yet the distance to travel between fiction and truth can feel like it takes lifetimes. And that's because once you get on the other side of this truth, you got to be mature enough or emotionally mature enough to where it don't have you crash out. Because some of the things that I be realizing, I always pray to want to know, but it makes me so mad. And it kind of puts you in a weird spot because you can only express it to the people as much as you can, but they're going to pick up what they want to pick up. But I'm saying all that to say, this entire trip was divinely orchestrated, and I got a lot that I want to share with y'all later on for Educational Friday. So pull up for that. Black America, you are bigger than your skin color. The skin color is the very last thing that you need to be dealing with, but we'll deal with it how we deal with it. Okay. Now, with that being said, back to me. The lady had said that I could be a model or whatnot. That's what she said. The lady had took my side profile and on this side. And she said, girl, well, she ain't say it like this because she had an accent and she was a bit musty. I ain't gonna lie. They hella musty out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Arabs and there's a lot of Muslims, a few Asians, a lot of Asians travel, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of musts. I feel like Tariq Nasheed can make $1 million out there. You feel what I'm saying? They musty as Billy Goats. But anyway, the lady was so sweet outside of being musty. She told me that I was so pretty and I could be a model, girl. And no, this is not AI. It's real. It's me. I literally put the dress on. I really went out there and all of this really happened, okay? I actually got to see how America's Next Top Model was. That ground was hot as piss, okay? Hot as hell. But anyways, I did want to share that with y'all, but meet me at Educational Friday. We'll get a little bit more. Let me read a couple of super chats, honey. Let me read a couple of super chats. Mental Madness for now. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you. Y'all get the likes up, please, if you haven't already. We got a few things. We got to get into the show. I'm sorry if I'm a little long-winded. I'm just so excited to see y'all. I have so much to tell y'all, you know. Rondo, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you. Who is this? Archive T. Hey, boo. Thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, I can show you how to speak in tongues, shout, lay hands on folks, prophecy, and cast out demons at the drop of a hat. Well, girl, call me. I don't want to do it though, but I just always found it fascinating that the people be speaking tongues going, you know what it remind me of? Y'all remember that episode of Martin? When the ghost had, when it was a Halloween episode and the ghost had took over the house and it was scaring Martin. And remember how Tommy was on the sofa like this? Every time I see people speaking in tongues, I always think of that. And I thought about it like that before I seen that. It was just kind of like confirmation when I watched the episode younger. But every time I see it, I just be like, I be thinking y'all gonna malfunction or something. I be scared. You know what I'm saying? But it's intriguing. It's very intriguing. Yeah. Thank you, Will. Thank you for the super chat, boo. Hi, beautiful. Says, I went kayaking too this past weekend. Check out Zion National Park in Utah. It's so beautiful. You know what? Me and my daddy was on the phone this morning and we was talking about Oregon, Utah, and all those places. And he was talking about how he done went up there. My daddy used to drive trucks cross country. You know what I'm saying? So my daddy know where everything is. And now that you say Utah, I'm going to have to make my way up there too. Oregon and Utah, I got to make my way up there. Okay. Thank you so much, Will. Harlem Scholar, thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, wherever I go, I find a church to light candles for my ancestors. A few steps away from the Red Bicycle restaurant is a beautiful little church. Did you see it? Did you go to the restaurant? Let me say this. In Athens or thank you for the super chat. I went to a church because they had a bunch of Muslims out there. Let me just say this. I was walking down the street and I had seen a whole bunch of people. So some say just turn that way. And I ain't gonna hold you. When I turned down that block and seen all them Arabs, girl, I got scared. I turned around. Too many Arabs. It made me feel more scared than if it was a bunch of niggas. Oh, yeah, girl. I felt like I had to clutch my coochie and my purse. I said, oh, yeah, let me get up out of here. I know you're talking about Santorini. Thank you, Harlem Scholar. I'm going to get right to it. But look, buku Arabs out there. Everybody out there cosplaying. But I went into this church because I heard this man in there going, and I was like, what the hell going on in there? And I seen the clears, or the Arab clears, you know, the sand niggas. I seen them going in there, and they were lighting up the candles and all that stuff. And then the priest came out. He was swinging the thing. And I guess I didn't know. But apparently you supposed to bow when he passed you. Bitch. The fuck? Because everybody he was passing, they was going, this how they was crossing their heart. One girl, I thought that whole did like that. Because I was about to say, wait, what you said? But then I forgot. We was at church. She couldn't have did that. But I swear to God, one girl passed me, and I ain't like the way her eyes looked when that hoe was crossing her heart. It was giving me, the bitch was like, you feel what I'm saying? Her top finger went too close to her neck for me. And I ain't like the way she was looking when she did it. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to do a double take. Like, wait, what? Like, what this? Like, hold on. Like, you know, but they was crossing their hearts and all of this like this. So they was doing all of this. And I didn't know when the priest man come by, I'm supposed to go, bitch, please. Girl, that man passed by me and I was like this. I swear to God, he could take me if I'm lying. Girl, I passed by that man and I had my bag on my shoulder. Like this. And I didn't catch on to why he gave me a dirty look. Because the priest, he was doing, but he kind of caught me out his peripheral like, bitch. And I'm sitting here saying, why this man looking at me like, you know, and I'm already in resting bitch face. I don't know, I must be tired, bitch, jet lag. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm already looking like this with my bag on my shoulder. Like, bitch, what y'all in here doing? That's really why I'm in here. I'm like, what y'all in here doing? Like, you know. But they in there lighting candles, and the priest passed me by like stupid asshole. And at first, I'm feeling played like, and then when he passed me, and I saw the other people going, I said, oh, I was supposed to hit the. You feel what I'm saying? I was supposed to cross the neck and hit the bow, but I ain't want to do all of that. You feel what I'm saying? I was just a spectator anyway. But it was a lot of Arabs in there lighting candles, kissing on books and all of that stuff. And you know the ironic part about this? All in the ancient documents, they got a black Isis or a black mother and a black Jesus. But when you go inside their churches, all the churches look like DJ Khaled. They got DJ Khaled looking Jesus inside the church, but all of the ancient stuff outside the church show you a black Madonna and her son. You can't even, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't get to go to the Santorini church. I did get to go to that one. It was an experience. Maybe I shouldn't be as aggressive in my non-verbals because I wasn't that bitch like this. Because I ain't gonna lie, I heard the people out there singing. I said, what they doing up here? Let me go see. Bitch, I'm nosy. I won't go see. Yay. So what y'all doing? And I'm watching the people, girl. I can imagine now that I'm telling y'all, they probably was looking at me like, get this whole out of here. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I did look like I have a attitude. Because I know I was like this. This how many girl in the whole church. Then somebody kissed the book. I know they couldn't wait till I get my ugly ass out there. I know it because they had a lady behind the counter. I know that hoe said, I can't wait till this hoe get up out of here. This hoe fucking up the vibe. You know what? She was right though. She wasn't wrong. I was in there low key fucking up the vibe. I was out of place. I shouldn't have been in there with all of that with the people. But I wanted to go see. I don't care. Niggas say I was the offering. That's why I got up out of there. But that's when I went to the place next door and they found that thing. But no, not archive tea. Harlem Scholar, I did not get to go to the Red Bicycle, but we did go to buku amazing restaurants. If y'all ever go to Santorini, go to Eos. That's the place that have the blue dome and the watching the sunset. Oh my God, is the most beautiful thing. Y'all know I'm a hopeless romantic. Now I was there with my child. You feel what I'm saying? So I couldn't really partake into the romantic type teas, but it did feel good being there with my baby and watching the sunset. It was amazing. They had this clear couple next to me, girl. The girl looked like she just came from church, but either way, they looked so in love and they kissed under the sunset. And then they had their little tripod up there. I say, oh, one day. At any rate, it was nice. Go to EOS and go downtown. Thank you again for the super chat, Harlem Scholar. She says, boo, they have the best damn fruit I've ever eaten. Yes. And it says the nectarines are insane. Now, I didn't get to try the nectarines, but I did eat a lot of fruit. And I love the Greek salad. I love those tomatoes and that all that stuff. And it's just amazing. I'm going to make me one here later. Probably not this weekend, probably next week. But yeah, it was amazing. Thank you, Harlem Scholar. Thank you for the super chat, Miss T Black. She says, girl, you back and I'm bike. Yeah, girl, I'm bike. I am bike, honey. I am bike. Girl, I need to put this AC on. Girl. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, you look so beautiful. I always wanted to visit Greece. Thanks for sharing. By the way, spell college backwards real fast and you're speaking in tongues. EGLLOC. Oh, girl, you trying to get me to cast a spell. Oh, no. But thank you so much, Trey. I appreciate you. Thank you. And Start Tease Lawson, thank you for the super chat. Says, yes, Boo is back. Yes, back like I left my shoe. Like I left my slipper, honey. Yes, honey. Thank you so much. And Jay Money, thank you for the super chat. Says, welcome back. Thank you. Hold on. Let me put this AC on. Let me give y'all a little commercial tease while I turn this AC on before I melt over here. All this chocolate can't be on here like this, girl. Let me see. I will be right back.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, nigga the black, the nigga I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown. You got to shake, they want the black, cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, I can never be white, the white. Shake, if your leg, wiggle, lift your leg, bounce, lift your leg, hustle, lift your leg, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, black. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
All right. Sorry, I had to put the AC on, girl. I just took a bath, honey. I don't want to be, well, I'm going to sweat anyway under these lights, but yeah, I just took my bath. I don't want to be up here all funky, nasty, and cheesy now. Anyways, what I was about to say? Let's get into the show because I feel like I done Joce too much. 48 minutes. Yeah, let's get into the show. Now, I got a couple of honorable mentions. Do I? No, I think that was the honorable mentions. Let's get on to right while we're here. Let's start with 21 Savage and Latto. Y'all, I need the girls to have a little more standards, and I need us to upgrade ourselves so that we can request said standards, okay? And let me tell you why this is important. Now, we all know Big Latto just had a baby. She announced she had the baby or whatever, and allegedly the baby is by 21 Savage, who's allegedly a married man. Now, I didn't say this. This is what the people is on here saying, okay? They say that man belongs to another woman, but they say Latto don't care. She want a piece of man rather than having any man at all. You know what I'm saying? So she has been the side chick that's gotten pregnant by 21 Savage. Also, another married person who did that is Cardi. This is beginning to be a trend, you know? And then again, if y'all understand celebrities and their lives, they have to do this to guide you in the wrong direction. Now, y'all might say, it's not that deep, boo. She just a rapper chick who got pregnant. No. These people literally have to alter everything about their lives in order to maintain in this celebrity status and in order to maintain in good standing with these people. Let me tell you what I mean when I say that. This girl rapped all this time about not being a baby mama and ended up being a baby mama. I don't think that she chose that. I think that they told her that is what she had to do. Okay. And I understand these celebrities. I've showed y'all the video with 6ix9ine telling you how the labels will tell you, you have to. When y'all realize that they have to alter their lives in order to keep the witchcraft going in you, then you'll understand why these celebrities ain't no good, okay? And at the end of the day, she's pregnant or got pregnant by this man who's supposed to be married, and people in the world are celebrating this. And what we don't understand is we might think of it as something that's innocent, but what it does is it tells the universe this is what we want, and now this is what we create inside of our own lifestyles, you know? At any rate, one of the main things that people notice about 21 Savage is that he literally never posts this girl. He has yet to even come out and say, that's my girlfriend. Now, some of y'all might say, well, he can't voodoo because he's married. That would tell me even more reason why Latto is one of the biggest losers. Yet and still, she's on here teasing handprints and teasing tattoos and all that stuff that he's the daddy, while we all sitting out here saying we know he's the daddy, and he refuses to claim her. But you know what he did do? Post the baby. Now, mind you, 21 Savage has cosplayed he has cosplayed a Black American since he got here. We didn't know that nigga was from goddamn London until his paperwork almost got denied for the visa. But once we found that out, as a community, we should have spit him out. Not because he's a foreigner, but because he's a foreigner with a hard ER. You cosplayed and lied to us as if you an Atlanta nigga, and you're not. And people like that should not be trusted in society. But when you're under the witchcraft of music and celebrity culture, a lot of people won't see it like that. But anyways, now he done posted the baby since the girl done had the baby. And look at what he posts with what the baby got on. So now he's a proud immigrant from London, and the baby is a proud descendant of said immigrant from London. But this should be a slap in Black Americans' face, because we too nice, and this is the reason why we can't never get out of the situations we in. We are too nice. We need to stop being so nice, because when we invite everybody in, we end up taking the last end of this stuff. And y'all might say it's not that big of a deal, it's just a baby suit. But what I'm telling you is 21 Savage has been able to feed his family, if he's done it right, generationally, off of our culture and lies. But yet and still, the baby is a half Brit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But hell, Latto is a quadroon, octoroon. What is Latto? I know she a mulatto. You know what I'm saying? That's what Latto means, mulatto. But y'all got offended by that and made the girl change her name, you know? But she's already a biracial. So now she got foreign blood, and the baby got a quarter nigga in him, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the black side of Latto family is. But either way, he finally posted the baby, and I'm saying all this to say to the ladies out there, this isn't the flex that people are applauding for, because he still have yet to post her. He could make a baby with you, get you pregnant, your whole career could tank. Because see, Latto gonna sit on here and act like she retired because she just has her baby and she don't ever want to leave her baby. Bullshit. Once the veil was lifted, once the witchcraft was lifted that she's not who y'all thought she was, once the industry literally killed her career by making her get pregnant like that, she knew that was a wrap. So she got in front of it by saying, I'm gonna just retire. Stop it. Just stop it. She couldn't come back from this. You built your whole career on being the smart girl just to be the dumbass bitch we all knew you were. She couldn't come back, okay? At any rate, congratulations on order, I guess, for the new Emirate pirate baby in Latto. And I love how she got millions of views and all these people that's just so in love with this. Yet and still, y'all still mad at Clarissa Shields. And I saw her almost didn't she get put out of something, getting antagonized? It's a lot. We'll deal with that later. It's just this what makes me mad about my people. We never want to talk about this that happens. People will say that, oh, you just don't like light-skinned people, but this is what we worship light skin. I don't know why. I was just in Greece trying to get as black as the back of this phone. I ain't gonna hold you. I told my baby I lay it out in the sun every day. I want to be so black, and when I say black, I don't mean literally, but I want my melanin so dark. You know what I'm saying? That I don't get it. But anyways, congratulations on the couple. If they're a couple, I guess. Moving on. Yeah, the colorism is ridiculous. The colorism is beyond ridiculous in the neighborhood, and we don't want to. And I know we got reverse colorism too. I'm not taking that away, but we got to discuss that, because Cardi and her are getting praised, while Clarissa Shields right now to this day is still being dragged. Did y'all see this? Speaking of being dragged, y'all saw Stevie J had came out and spoke. You know, Diddy must already be out. I told y'all my conspiracy theory was he's either already out or he's about to get out. But all his people starting to make all these posts and have these interviews. And Stevie J came on here to tell us that he stood 10 toes for his little partner, and he realized niggas be fake. He said, and because of that, he don't hang with you niggas no more. Let's get into it. It says Stevie J says he left a whole bunch of fake niggas alone after standing by Diddy during his sex trafficking trial. It says Stevie J is not backing away from his loyalty to Sean Diddy Combs. During an interview on Flex 98.5, the producer opened up about the emotional weight of the past year and said Diddy's legal trouble showed him who was real and who was not. He says, you know what I'm saying? Because the last year has been quiet. He says, or quite, quite a ride for me. I'm sorry, Stevie J said. It says the last year and a half, as you witnessed, I was the only one holding my homie down before he went to jail. And that's a fact. He says, but that's how we do that. But that's how the guys do it. Now, it says Diddy was arrested and charged in federal court with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. And then they said he was acquitted. We already know that. Let's get into Stevie J talking about how he loved his Diddy.
And because the last year has been quite a ride for me. The last year and a half, as you witnessed, I was the only one holding my homie down before he went to jail. And
who's your homie?
Diddy.
That's right.
He stood by that man 10 toes down. If Diddy ain't have no friend, he had Stevie J.
But that's how the guys do it.
That's a fact.
And after all of that, and after seeing who will really be truly in your corner and who's rocking with you and all that, man, I left a whole bunch of fake niggas alone and just started, just rocking with me and my family.
It's hard as hell to stand next to somebody when they're going through something like that. So whatever the outcome is for Diddy and everything, like, salute to you as a man for being like, that's my homie. Like,
thank you.
I only know this version of him, so I can only respect and honor
talking
that.
about, the kids and this and all this and he raping this, all that stuff. Where did all of that go? Out the garbage. It went to, you know what I'm saying? Because the last year has been.
Now, one thing I will give to Stevie J, he is loyal because he was the only nigga standing by Diddy when everybody, I don't know if Diddy would have did that for him, but he definitely did it for Diddy. And y'all know the allegations was Stevie J got pumped in the butt for a Grammy. Allegedly, I didn't say it. That's what the man who testified said. What's the man who said he went down there to play the bass guitar and got the bass up his ass? What's the man name, girl? Said he done signed up for the Diddy summer camp to do the album. He said, and he woke up one day and Diddy was between his legs. And he kept coming back though. The man said Diddy told him that if he won a Grammy, he could get him one. He said, but he gonna have to do what this man in the video did. He said, and it was Stevie J getting pumped in the butt. And the man said he told Diddy he couldn't in good faith do that. Yet and still, he said he still stayed and got pumped in the butt. That's his name, Lil Ride. That's his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Lil Ride said that Diddy told him that if he wanted a Grammy, he could get him one. But he got to get pumped in the butt like Stevie J. Now, I don't know how true it was. I was not there at Daddy's house. Don't get me the line. You see what I'm saying? But Lil Ride said that he saw the video. So maybe that's why Stevie done stood behind him. Either way, my hat will go off to him for the loyalty part. It would go off to him for the loyalty part because everybody turned their back on him. And Lil Ride is one of them people. I don't care what y'all see. Lil Ride thought he was slick. Lil Ride said he went in there a straight man only to play the music instruments. I'm not laughing at this man, but I'm just laughing at the story. Fuck it. I'm laughing at the story and the man. Yeah, I said it. Look, Lil Ride said he went in there to play music instruments. How old girl from the Players Club said, I just came in here to dance. That's it. That's what Lil Ride said. He said he just came in there to play the drums. That's it. He said, and Diddy said, oh yeah, let's play. And click the lights off. He said he woke up, Diddy was between his legs. Now, I don't know. Lil Ride said he was a heterosexual man before he went in there. He came out, he said, now his booty be itching. Now, y'all get to do the investigating on your own to see what the people gonna say. But I'm telling y'all what Lil Ride said, okay? And one of those booty bandits was allegedly Stevie J, okay? Now, I think that could be why he's loyal, or maybe that was all a lie and Lil Ride just like getting pumped in the butt. And he just used, threw Stevie J in as a cross. I don't know. I don't know. But either way, shout out to Stevie for his unwavering loyalty. Hopefully Diddy will treat you right when he come on home. I don't think he will though, but we'll see. We'll see. Now we got to move into the next story, honey. These niggas is going crazy, huh? Floyd Mayweather, what done happened? Now, y'all been knowing Floyd Mayweather been in the news literally every other week or month about owing somebody money. The people had said that he owed the jury people millions of dollars. Then they turned around and said he took an advance on this and didn't pay that back. He owed them millions of dollars. Now all of a sudden, the people that came out and said Floyd Mayweather got some stripper hoe pregnant, and the bitch done got the doggone judge to order her $1 million in child support. $1 million. And Scotty over there getting bags from Limit. I got PTSD thinking about it. Some stripper hoe got pregnant, allegedly, by Floyd, and the judge just ordered her $1 million of them hoes. $1 million. Yeah. One in the M. And Scotty with the baby over there getting knockoff bags that he got from downtown in Athens or some shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all, let's get into the story. So let's get into Floyd. Floyd has been taking a lot of L's. Floyd, I think these people have been, they're siphoning your money. Let me show you what Floyd be doing for his money. Hold on. Let me show you what Floyd do for his money. This is what they all do. That's why they be on here crying. Hold on, Floyd. Hold on, let me get you on here, Floyd. I got to show the people. This is an education hour. Floyd Mayweather. This is how Floyd make his money. Y'all think he make his money in the boxing ring, huh? That's what y'all think? Y'all think Floyd make his money because he's a great boxer? Hell no. You want to see how Floyd make his money? Look.
For the people in Israel, I will always stand behind the country of Israel, the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. In Israel, I will always be here for you guys when you guys don't have a voice.
Toby be good for massa. Good. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good for your hand, boss. Good for your hand, massa.
My Jewish buddies and my white buddies, you gotta realize they hundreds of years in front of us. So when I sit down with them, I'm gonna say, yo, listen, I need to eat too. Right. Because I know how to play the game with them. It's not really play the game with them. I know what they invest in. I know the moves that they make. But the only way you can learn it is being a student. And I'm a student. My Jewish buddies and my white buddies.
Warriors from Israel, I'm behind you guys once again, 100%. Warriors from Israel.
Now, like I told you guys before, celebrities' jobs are not what you think they are. You think the goose, oh, this person is a great actor, so this is why they get paid all this money. Cap. Oh, this person plays really good football. This is why they get all this money. Cap. Oh, this person could sing their ass off. This is why they're so famous and popular. Cap. The reason why these people are as famous and popular as they are is because they are puppets for these people. And when it all boils down, this is why whenever they get in trouble by them Jews, what them Jews do them? March them in front of the congregation and make them bow and kiss the ring and kiss their feet and, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not anti-Semitic. They have to say that because that's who give them their money. That's who they are under. That's who they work for. Yeah, that's why celebrities, I don't want to say nothing about the Jews. Of course, you can't. You can't. That's your boss. That's your boss. So I'm saying all that to say, I believe, and this is just my conspiracy theory, I believe either they done booted Mayweather from the club or he done pissed somebody off around there and they are stripping all of his money away from him bit by bit. This is why you coming up with all of these stories. You got the story of him owing the jury people because he ran off with some jury and never paid him. Then you got people talking about some real estate stuff that he didn't do. They got millions of dollars out there. Now we're here with some girl, some stripper hoe, mind you, that is alleging that she got a baby for him, and the judge ordered her $1 million in the case. This is not done by mistake. This isn't a coincidence. This is the system at work. Whenever you work for these people, you know you are always at their beck and call. And the moment you make them mad, they will strip every single thing away from you. We watched them do it with Diddy. Diddy was telling us what? Oh, I own Ciroc. What did he say? That's my liquor. Oh, yeah? Them people with the Shirley Temple curls on the side and the little small hat said, oh, no, Fat, you a lie and the truth ain't in you. Who another one? Nick Cannon. Oh, I own Wildin' Out. Oh, yeah, I can say what I want. Yeah, that's all right, Professor Griff. Come on down. Say what you want to say. I own Wildin' Out. I own Nickelodeon. No, the people with the Shirley Temple curl and the little bitty hat said, oh, no, you don't, nigga. Took everything from them. Put these niggas in front of everybody. Kanye, another one. Kanye is another one. The point is, these celebrities' real jobs are not what you see. What you see is the illusion. That's the talent. The talent is the illusion. This is why they go get the greatest amongst us and pay them the way that they pay them. Beyonce is a huge person like that. Jay-Z too. All of these record labels, they go pay these people these big bucks to keep the illusion going. Once they get through with you or once you piss them off, you got to know they're going to unveil your ass like Toto did on The Wizard of Oz to the damn eyes. They will literally pull the curtain back from you and put you in front of the same people you reigned up above as nothing. This is what they do it, and they do it all the time. And they do a slow roll. They don't just wake up one. Now Kanye was different. He said what he said, and then he woke up the next day, and that nigga was broke. And I don't mean our broke, but broke from what he had. But typically they slow roll it, okay? And this is what Floyd, I believe, is going through. But let's get into the story. It says Floyd Mayweather reportedly ordered to pay nearly $1 million after court declares him father of a 4-year-old child. It says Floyd Mayweather has been ordered to pay nearly $1 million in back child support, along with more than $32,000 a month after a judge ruled he is the father of a 4-year-old girl. And you got a grandbaby about that age, huh? According to court documents obtained by TMZ Sports, a judge officially declared Mayweather the child's father in March 2026. It says the child's mother, Paige Moorhead, previously filed court documents in June 2023, asking a Nevada judge to legally establish paternity for her daughter, who was born in December 2021. Moorhead claimed she and Mayweather were involved in a long-term relationship for 8 years before he allegedly ended things after learning she was pregnant in 2021. Court records state Mayweather was ordered to pay $32,850 per month in child support, in addition to $933,050 in back support. Reports also claim he allegedly ignored. There you go. I figured that. I said he didn't take that test because he didn't show up. I was thinking it. I said he didn't show up to take the test. What happened was they subpoenaed him to bring his ass down there. He thought he was above it, and by law, they said you the daddy. I said it. It says, my brain moved faster than I'm reading. It says, court records state Mayweather was ordered to pay $32,850 per month in child support, in addition to $933,050 in back child support. It says reports also claim he allegedly ignored court orders, including requests to take a DNA test before a default judgment, there you go, was entered during or declaring him the father. According to the court, Mayweather has reportedly paid around $151,000 so far. Ooh, he don't have it. As a result, a judge ruled that Moorhead can place a lien of up to $2 million on Mayweather's California properties. Do you see why what I said makes all the sense in the world? Again, I don't know who he pissed off over there, or I don't know why they decided to remove his protection. But whatever he did, they taking Mayweather down to the ground. Because we only focused on the $933,000 in back pay. He's got to pay this lady $32,000 a month, $33,000 a month for the next 14 years, and the child better not go to college. Floyd Mayweather won't have enough money in the next 14 years to pay that child support. And I'm not trying to put no bad juju on him or wish nothing. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at. I can look at the present and know that in 5 years, he won't have a third of what he has now. and we could bet anything on it. In the next 5 years, Floyd Mayweather, if he's lucky, he may have a third of what he had at the height. He won't be able to afford to pay this. And this is just one of many things that he got coming after him with his money. Oh yeah, it's definitely the universe. It's definitely the universe. I have this song I sing, the gods go falling one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The gods go falling two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Because see, these celebrities are gods. Y'all just don't want to use the word, but that's exactly what they are. These celebrities are gods, and we render them as people. We render them as such. And now the God image is removed, and the protection is removed, and they all fall in one by one. Oh, yay. These same people y'all thought was invincible, now Toto done pulled the curtain back, and you see the eyes ain't nothing but a scared old little man. Oh, yeah, he gonna have to get back to boxing. He has to. How else is he going to make money? But this is the gag. He's old. Unless he do some shit like Mike Tyson did in that last exhibition fight or whatever that was with that clear man. Unless he do something like that where he takes this huge payday by just selling out his entire legacy. Because that's what he's going to have to do. Since Mike Tyson took that fight with that clear boy, Jake Paul, his entire legacy outside of us and what we know, his legacy on paper is done. He literally sold his entire, everything he worked for. I'm talking about Mike Tyson. He sold everything that he worked for, everything that he accomplished, he sold for a paycheck at the end. That's going to be Floyd. That's going to be Floyd. All of that undefeated, nobody's going to care. Once he go through whatever last humiliation ritual that's going to put the money in his pocket to keep his head above water, because he'll never be rich again. But once he do whatever humiliation ritual to keep his head above water money-wise, he's done. He's done. He's done. But this is where we are now. The universe don't play. I'm pretty sure they ragtagging that ass because you can't listen. The book said the rich man is hard for him to get. Him getting through the heaven is like a camel through the eye of a needle or something like that. Don't get me the line. I just remember off of what I remember. I'm saying all that to say he had to do some real horrible things to get where he's at. And I think those things are coming back to repay him. I tell people all the time, when karma enacts itself, you better get your ass out the way. Oh, yeah. You better get your ass out the way. When karma steps in, do not call yourself shielding and helping because your ass going to catch it too. Get your ass up out the way. I think this is his karma. Yep, you're done. Yep, you're done. In my boosted voice, for real. And then he didn't even take the test. This is the craziest part. Wait, get him back on here. He got a default judgment. He could have easily went down there. He could have easily went down there and took the test, and who knows? He probably would have had a better chance of the baby not even being his. But this fool refused to go to court. I'm telling you, bro, this fool refused to go to court, and because he refused to go to court, now you owe these people $1 million, and the judge done ordered you. Like, it's almost like, okay, you ain't come. Bet now you the daddy by default. If going outside was a person, yeah. Talking about I know how to deal with them. I'm trying to say, you know what part that stood out to me when Floyd said that he became a student of the Jews. He know how to deal with them because he want to be able to get put on like them. He never said, how can you help us? All he cared about was, how can I get on with the Jews? So you mean you studying under these Jews? You're kissing the ass and the feet of these folks, all to make sure you make money? And it's the gag. What does Floyd do with his money? Come back to America, spread it out on all the tables, and tell us, this is what he do to us. So he go over there, get bent over, kiss the ass of them folks with the Shirley Temple curls and the little small hats. He go kiss the ass and bend over and all of that. Then he come back and spread the money and do this to us. Yeah, Floyd, that sound about right. You right. Well, I think everything's happening in the right timing. Yeah. And now, which a lot of us already knew, but now the world knows that you never was who you thought you was. They just gave that to you to flex in front of us. So I never understood the mindset of Black Americans. We get on to flex in front of the next person. No. You should be getting on because of something you want. You don't get on so you can come back to the hood and be like, you think God gonna bless that? He not. He never will. At any rate, let's move on. Y'all like the video. I had such a time in Greece, y'all. I'm still living off that high. Now here we go, Adrien Broner. Before we get into him, let me go over here right quick. AB, I told y'all how long ago? I said Adrien Broner is going to get a charge. Hold on. Charleston White. All right. I told y'all when I first saw AB streaming, I said, hey, y'all, AB is going to go out sad. He's going to get caught up in some sort of sexual harassment case. And it's not because he's drinking. It's because he's drinking and he's an idiot. And he's a horrible, probably person when nobody's around. He's basically a disaster waiting to happen. But because he's viral and he's funny and he's got these sound bites, a lot of people get caught up in the entertainment and they don't realize that you're basically cheering him on to his demise. Black Americans, even the ones of you who love him, y'all don't realize if y'all not encouraging him to do something other than get drunk on these streams, you are literally helping him to go down the path of destruction because that is exactly where he's headed. I saw this video of Mike Epps. Let me see if I can find it. Mike Epps saw him backstage at a concert and told him to put the liquor down. Hold on. Because he gets drunk. He gets drunk and he gets out of his pocket. And Mike Epps was like, bro, and especially coming from a former addict, he was like, listen, at some point you're going to get tired of that shit. And it's real. And listen, I'm not nobody to judge nobody. I had an alcohol problem too. You feel what I'm saying? So I know I used to drink every single day. There wasn't a day I did not drink. That's literally what I came off of. So I am not above it, nor am I about to sit up here and point no finger at nobody with no addiction problem. Because we all got an addiction to something. That's why I fast the way that I do. You see what I'm saying? But we all have an addiction to something. But Adrien Broner and his addiction is literally leading him down the wrong path because he's already a ticking time bomb. He's got a lot of unhealed trauma and he's an ignorant ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? And him drinking like this is turning him up in the pockets. But what he don't realize is it's leading him closer and closer to his demise because he's not able to differentiate real life. Not even real life. He's not a good person. I ain't gonna say he's not a good person. I don't know that. He got some real devilish ways on him. He got a spirit on him. I'll just say that. And that comes out when he's drinking, which alcohol is spirits. And I'm not judging nobody because we all have a drink or two every now and again. And even of us that drink, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that alcohol have spirits and they can basically take over you. And I seen him backstage with Mike Epps. And Mike Epps, who literally was vocal about how he had to fight cocaine addiction, he basically gave him some good words that he need. Let's get into it. Because anybody who really care about him, they're not going to keep cheering him on. It'll be funny at first, but then after a while, people, if somebody truly care about you, they're going to be like, dang, bro, you don't think you need to? And I think that's what Mike Epps was doing. Let me let y'all see.
Put that down. You don't need that. Listen. You worked out so long, so many years in your life, you can do that.
Listen to me. I worked out so much hard in my life. I gotta do this. I can't wait. I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm telling you.
Hey, look.
Put that down. You don't need that.
Listen.
So that was Mike Epps saying you're gonna get tired of it. And he honestly, Adrien Broner seems like he's kind of tired of it, but he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And again, addiction is a whole other thing. But he gets this liquor on him. This young boy that met up with him and found a way to stream and make millions of dollars off of his attention. Let's be real. That little boy then found a way to stream with him. He sees that he's a ticking time bomb, and all they do is feed him liquor. And him, Adrien, already having these childhood traumas that he's dealing with and all this stuff, he's already a fraction of a person. So then when you add the liquor, he's disgusting. And when he's around women, it's even more disgusting. He gets upset when they don't want to kiss him. He gets hella aggressive. And I'm telling you now, in the society that we are in, that is the first way to go to jail. Prison. Because nobody wants to see a man being overly aggressive with a woman. They just don't. They never have and they never will. But this is the kind of demons and spirit that comes out of him when he on that liquor. And the reason why I'm going to say that it's a demon and a spirit is because I've drank a lot. And I ain't never one time in my life got so drunky where I'm starting to sexual assault people. Said what I said. And I used to be the kind of drinking under the table, okay? And I ain't never got so drunk to where I go to sexually assaulting people. Now, I did used to hang with a girl. Whenever that bitch used to get drunk, she get real touchy-feely. She never played with me, but she did used to do that with other people, and she almost got a charge on another girl. I'm saying all that to say it be people real inhibitions, the stuff that they be hiding under the liquor. Anyways, he is a train wreck waiting to happen, and everybody is trying to tell him that, but he's just having fun. He's not really tripping. Now, until it's too late, look at Charleston White giving him, because Charleston White, even though he gets on my nerves, he's right sometimes. He even spoke about how Adrien Broner is going to send himself up the wrong path or up the wrong creek with this stuff, with this liquor. Check it out.
Ain't nobody go say nothing. What I'm gonna say is, AB, Adrien Broner, nigga, you wrong in the motherfucker, my nigga. And I fuck with you, AB. I fuck with you the long way. My nigga, the worst thing you can do to your son, your homeboy, or a friend is to publicly belittle them. You can't big homie little bro like that, man.
Wait. Let me go to this other one.
You're dumb and dumber.
But you don't find them funny? And maybe they're playing the content, doing it like
no. Openly angry, aggressive, violent, drunk, perverted, horny, freaky, 24/7. I see a train wreck waiting to happen.
Why Charleston White keep talking about niggas, gang?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, cuz. He act like do he not see that we back on this app streaming? Yeah, like niggas just fell out after that.
Yeah.
If we did, that'd be different, but niggas, come on, cuz.
You want niggas to fall out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sure. He talking some dumb and dumber.
He is not. You got it wrong. He's drunk and drunker.
You're dumb and dumber.
I just looked it up. Adrien Broner is 36 years old. He too old for this shit. At any rate, he's streaming, getting drunker and drunker every doggone stream, and he's wilding out even more. Now, I did see somebody told him about getting back in boxing, and he started thinking about doing that. I really do hope that he does, because if he sticks to just drinking and streaming, he is going to end up in jail in less than 60 days. Okay, I'm telling you now, it's literally not a win. It's not even it's a win. All we're waiting on is the wrong thing, something to happen, and it's a wrap. Now, why is this important? Because Charleston White has seen it. The universe is trying to wake this fool up and say, hey, bro, you need to chill out. That's why all these different people are giving him these messages. And I believe he's listening at some point, because you can even tell by the way he was like, why Charleston White keep talking about me, gang? It's because he knows what Charleston is saying is true. At any rate, we already said it was a situation waiting to happen, and then here we are. Like I said, Adrien Broner gets drunk, and he gets very freaky, very handsy, very all of this with these girls, and all of these girls ain't for that. In today's society, period, he shouldn't be doing it. Let's go there. But in today's society, with everything being videotaped, he is going to get himself a real bad sexual assault charge if he don't get that liquor off his system. He got to completely stop drinking and go figure out why he's so crazy behind these girls, to where he will be touching on them without their permission. So this girl is sitting there, and I guess she went to get up because he was annoying her. Tell me why he tapped on the butt, and it made her super uncomfortable, and she ended up leaving the party. Now, she is going to make a comment that about how she, it kind of messed her up and she felt violated. And immediately the first thing I said was, there's the lawsuit and or the charges, because you can't do that. But again, I don't think we understand that this was set to happen when we kept cheering him on with the other stuff, okay? This is why it's important that we understand we might see some stuff we like, but it may not be as good for us, okay? And it may not be good for the people we cheering them on for. But let's get into the situation. The girl's going to get up, and Adrien Broner is going to tap her on the butt. Let's get into that.
Nah, that's cool.
Why I hear music right now?
No. I played it earlier.
Hey, wait, chill, okay? He's single one. I gotta sing. No, chill. No, for chill.
Yo, I'm gonna go. Y'all, that has never happened to me. Like, that's the first time like somebody's actually like slapped my ass or tried some shit on me. Like, I've never ever. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's honestly so crazy. And I really hope he apologizes because I know he's drunk, but being drunk doesn't excuse your behavior. But that's just like all around weird. Like, I low-key wanted to cry in that moment. I'm not gonna lie. This is my first time too. Like, that's never happened to me ever.
No, it's 11.
A few things the girl said that I said setting him up for not even setting him up, because Adrien Broner set himself up for that when he put his hands on that girl. But he gets so drunk that liquor get to talking to him and he get to doing whatever it is he want to do. And remind you, he's just kind of getting his career back in order. He lost his boxing career, and then he started getting into streaming. He said it was broken poor, and now they keep him liquored up, and then they fault it's his fault because ultimately he's the one who's taking this alcohol. But they keep him liquored up, and that demon come out of him, that lust demon come out of him, and then he be around there touching on them girls inappropriately. Now, the first thing stuck out to me was the girl said, "I'm leaving," and she said, "I really wanted to cry in that moment." Lawsuit, charges. Nobody has ever done that to me. All of these things are setting it up for him to lose everything that he have right now. And you think the little young dude who be next to him is really somebody there to help Adrien Broner? You foolish. That young dude saw a lick. He saw a sucker and licked it. Adrien Broner is a naturally funny dude. Right now, the only content that makes sense in money right now are people who are being naturally themselves. And Adrien Broner is a naturally funny and likable dude. The young black dude who's with him, dressing alike and all of that, he saw that opportunity, and then he came in there playing as if he want to help Adrien Broner. He don't want to help Adrien Broner. He want to keep him with all that. And I've always noticed in every doggone scene, Adrien Broner always way drunker than him. That's done by design. And yes, it's putting money in AB's pocket, but what kind of money? All money ain't good nothing. All money ain't good money, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is inevitable. He better hope that this girl is able to just walk past this and brush past it. But even if she decided she good for now, in 5 years, she could wake up and say, you know what? I'm still suffering traumatically from that incident. I think I'm a sue. He done already set himself up. Yeah, like I said, it's not a if, it's a when. If Adrien Broner don't put that liquor down like yesterday, he's done. And he thought losing his boxing career was going to be the end of all things. No. This time they're going to want him all the way out the paint. And I went and read his boxing, the stuff that he's done in his career. Adrien Broner done all kind of crazy records. Like, this man done fought in all kind of weight classes. He is a natural God-given talent. And he's stuck to streaming and getting drunk and violating young girls. Girls young enough to be his children. If somebody don't go, and I ain't gonna say nobody don't go get him. If Adrien Broner don't wake up, because he gonna have to do it. If Adrien Broner don't wake up and say, you know what, I know I'm making money, but I can't do it like this, he'll be, by the end of the year, he'll be in front of a judge. Easy. He's got to make the change. At any rate, like Michael Jackson said, make that change. Gonna be yourself. Man in the mirror. Or whatever he said. He said something like that. I know. I used to watch the video. And y'all, remember I showed y'all them pyramids around the airport? Child, tell me why in the middle of the airport, I'm sitting here looking at the pyramids because I'm like, dang, these pyramids is crazy. I'm sitting here looking at the pyramids. Tell me why the song Michael Jackson came on as I'm looking out the window. This is the video. This is the picture I sent y'all. The whole song literally came on as I'm in here processing that we surrounded by pyramids. Do you remember how we used to talk? Girl, listen, remember the times came on literally as I'm looking up saying we're surrounded by pyramids. The song, Michael Jackson's song, Remember the Times came on. And if anybody know anything about Michael Jackson's Remember the Time video, it was based in Egypt. Let me go get a visual. It was based in Egypt and the pyramids. Remember, he was a pharaoh. No, he was entertaining the pharaohs. Hold on, Michael Jackson. Let me show y'all. The whole premise of the video was in ancient Egypt, bruh. Come on, bro. It was in ancient, and the song was playing as I'm looking up around. I said, man, nigga can't tell me nothing. A nigga literally can't tell me nothing, bro. Look. Man, watch out. Watch out. The freaking song was playing as I'm looking up at the pyramids. You can't tell me the divine ain't guiding me, man. You cannot tell me the Most High and the ancestors is not guiding me. The song, I literally, it was a nervous smile singing the song as I'm looking up at these damn pyramids. Of all the songs to play on that time, man. Yeah. Mike be speaking from the grave, y'all. Mike be speaking from the grave. Now let's move on. All right, y'all. Let's get into. We got Floyd out the way. AB in 21. Let's get into Myron Gaines versus what's that boy name? DJ Akademiks. Lord have mercy. Since we on that, so it's a tether fest. Let's adjust ourselves accordingly. So DJ Akademiks is a tether. And so is Myron Gaines. But Myron Gaines is a more annoying tether, than DJ Akademiks, because he is a Sudanese African, meaning he's melanated, but he's not us. And he has this rhetoric that Black Americans, or as he calls us, niggers with the hard ER, he has this rhetoric going around that we're just these horrible people, and this is why the world don't like us, because we're always complaining, even though we do all the worst shit. Like, his whole rhetoric is that. Now, remember, Myron Gaines used to be a Fed, okay? He's proud to say it. I don't know if he couldn't hack it or not, but either way, he's an ex-Fed, and he just popped up on the internet over here talking about how he hate Black Americans and how he hate all things about us, yet and still he got into the algorithm. I think it was because obviously the context, people love to hear stuff like that, but it was shocking to see a Myron Gaines, who looks to be Black, if you're ignorant and don't know the difference. He's a melanated person, so it was a shocking thing for people to see him on the internet saying a lot of things he would say, but that's how he made his claim to fame, dragging for Black people, okay? Other people as well, but I'm talking about Blacks. Well, I guess the Chud, what is this person's name? I don't even know. I only seen him in passing. Chud the something. Let me pull him up. Hold on. Chud. I'm pretty sure TikTok will take me from here. I've seen this clear man, Chud. Chud apparently goes around the world and say really horrible, racist things to Black people. Now, and not just Black people, but we speaking about Black people in particular here, right? Now, a girl came out and said that she be pegging Chug. We talked about that. She said she got a strap and Chug like big old long poles up his ass. And, you know, it kind of makes sense because a lot of those clear men that be like that, they like that type of play. At any rate, Chug being a racist, I don't know what it sparked. I don't know why Black Americans allow y'all to let them get y'all out your energy. It don't even affect me no more. I just see it and move on. Don't let them get you out your energy. But he had an incident, I guess, that caused him to get in trouble and had him to go to court. And it caused a lot of the tethers like Myron and DJ Akademiks to have this discourse because they feel like Black Americans are too, what they say we are, we too sensitive. We cause all the trouble And yet we too sensitive. Now, this is what these immigrants and these foreigners with the hardy R want to tell us, because they don't want you to feel what you feel. And I don't think that we should be all engulfed in said feelings, but I don't think it's wrong for us to feel what we feel and acknowledge what we feel and call it out. Okay, but tethers and clears, they want the opportunity to do this to you and you not say anything. This is why they do reverse psychology and they gaslight you and all these things to make it seem like you're just being a bitch, okay? When that's not the case. Anyways, I guess Chug got in trouble and the tetherthon ensues between DJ Akademiks and Myron Gaines. And Myron Gaines' thing is Black Americans are just too damn sensitive, and this is why nobody in the world likes us. This is according to Myron Gaines, and that's the one at the bottom. DJ Akademiks' whole situation is, nah, bro, because at the end of the day, it's wrong. But also he brings up a point that they trying to make it seem like this Chud guy, not the Chud, they trying to make it seem like, I'm going to just let the video play. Because I can't remember. I only watched like the first 30 seconds of it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the back and forth debate between tether number 1 and tether number 2. Let's get into it.
You saying Black people can't have accountability, bro? If you say chimp out, they're gonna hit you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're perpetuating the stereotypes of everybody says, bro.
No,
oh, you're gonna chimp out and punch them. Like, bro, this is why people are
chimp out. That's the comment, and that's the video I have right here. Before we move on, this is the video that got people upset. Apparently, Chud the Builder said that a Black person was chimping out.
God damn, you tall as shit. What's your name? What? Habib? Are you Muslim? You know why Black guys are so tall? They're Negroes. They didn't get it online the other night. That's pretty good. Hey, y'all, I'm glad y'all are good sports about shit. Thanks for not chimping out on me. God damn, you know the irony of these cave monkeys to always say that we're gonna chimp out like we're the gorillas, and shout out to the gorillas because it's not a bad thing, but we're the monkeys and the gorillas and things of that nature when they are the only Neanderthal animalistic type beings that are on this earth. A lot of them motherfuckers is born with tails. They don't tell y'all that. Y'all ever seen a clear person take their clothes off and they like a woolly mammoth? These motherfuckers are subhuman. No shade, but I got to say that part. And they always go around trying to gaslight us and do rage bait and all that kind of stuff and tell us we the chimps when you looking at the chimp. These motherfuckers don't even sweat for the most part. Why you think they be in cold regions with no coats and jackets on? I was in Greece the first day. The water was damn near freezing. They had this clear man got his ass in there with his snorkel gear because they not real. Cabbage Patch Babies, clones, animals. But every time you turn around, because they know it's popular to drag us and get us in our feelings, that's what they do. They get online and he goes viral for saying stuff like that. And it's because a lot of us do be getting in our feelings. And I'm not saying we wrong, but we got to be able to understand the play. That right there is a play, okay? So that's what they were talking about. Let's get back into Akademiks and the situation in their debate. So Myron feels like it's not that big of a deal. We too sensitive, and Akademiks disagrees.
Black people can't have accountability, bro. If you say chimp out, they're gonna hit you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're perpetuating the stereotypes of everybody says, bro. Oh, you're gonna chimp out and punch them. I'm like, bro, this is why people are tired of niggas, bro. I gotta keep it 1,000. This is why people are tired of blacks.
No, but Myron, you don't
give it accountability. Imagine a world where saying, hey, you gonna chimp out?
Myron, hold on.
What?
Myron, I'm gonna tell you what world that is. The world is every time I've watched Sneeko, he's like, everybody hold hands, let's come together, let's pray to Allah, this and third. And then I looked over Israel, they put his face on a bomb. Okay, so in the real world, I haven't seen Sneeko do nothing to nobody, but they'll put his face on a bomb and drop it on a city. That's way less than some guy saying a word and getting punched in the face. Yes, when you have words, even if it's not violent, other people meet those words. If they feel what you're saying is violent or disrespectful or offensive, they meet that with violence. Okay, it's not black people, because let me ask you a question. Do you think what that black guy did to Chud? I didn't know Israel was putting Sneeko's name on bombs. What do you think is worse? So when you say that only black people do that, it looked like other people do it too. I think I could Google it. They put Sneeko's name on a bomb, and Sneeko I've never seen him physically harm anybody that's Jewish. But you know why? He got the rhetoric that they don't like. It's offensive to them. And in their response to that offense is not by saying, you know what, we're mature. They're saying, put his name on a bomb and let's go kill some people. That's true, right?
They put my name on a bomb too.
They think the same about you. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that you're saying it's only black people that are triggered to violence. Well, what about the Jewish people that you have rhetoric that don't go along with them? They put y'all names on bombs and inflict violence with it. It's not just black people. It's everybody when it comes to offense. People just think that black people are pussy and they should not be able to do anything when they're offended. But when you offend Jewish people, your name is a bomb.
Okay, so
right?
let me get this straight. Are you comparing a self-defense case to a geopolitical quagmire in the Middle East?
It doesn't start off as a self-defense case. It starts off as one man trying to have racial division. One man who's trying to offend a whole different race. A whole race of people. Yes. Yes. Hold on. All right, wait. Hear what I'm saying. Sneeko is a fucking irrelevant commentator. Why are they putting his name on a bomb? Just like how Chud is an irrelevant streamer. But you know why? Their rhetoric matters that much to the offended people that your name is on a bomb. This guy's rhetoric, Chud, matters that much. That's why you're getting punched in the mouth. Yes, it's the same thing. I get it. You want to say this thing overseas is bigger? Granted, I get it. I get it just boils down to one self-defense case in this situation. But the point is this. If you picked any group of people that have any self-pride and you pick on them and you target them with racial epithets, if you target them with slurs and you try to offend and oppress them, especially using language, at some point, they're going to slap you in your face, punch you in your mouth, or put a bullet in your forehead. Ask Charlie Kirk.
Yo, are you saying black people can't have accountability, bro? If you say chimp out, they're gonna hit you. Like, come on, bro.
So I guess the Chud the Builder guy got knocked out. I don't know. Either way, the debate between them is black Americans are too sensitive, and Myron feels like we need to stop. But what Akademiks said makes sense. You can't say that it's only black Americans because Jews hate y'all and be putting y'all names on bombs and shit. Allegedly. I don't know. Something of the sort. He basically said that Sneeko, who's another content creator, and Myron, who's another content creator, they have their names put on actual bombs when they actually go bomb places. And it's because if people either identify or hate what you're saying, it can kind of be met with a reaction. And sometimes that reaction could be physical violence or it could be something like them writing your name on a bomb. And Akademiks is absolutely right in that. But again, the narrative and the way to get paid in society is to talk about us in a derogatory sense. There are a lot of people who are jealous of you because they know who and what you are. See, you sitting up here thinking it's just the skin color. And they appoint the Myron Gaines, the Tethers of the world, to be in charge of all these social media platforms, have the biggest voices, because they know that they're going to amplify the bullshit. Listen, Myron Gaines being viral the way he was when he first got on YouTube and all that stuff, that was by design. That was on purpose, okay? And again, it's to create this rhetoric, not with just Myron, other foreigners, to make them look at us as the enemy. That's all of this is all done by design. And the fact that there's even a debate on it, and Myron, I don't know why people think he's smart. Maybe because he speaks properly. I don't know. I don't know why people think that he's smart, but he's really stupid as fuck. Because then when the Akademiks try to compare that Jews are reacting to y'all the same way the blacks reacted to Chud, it's, oh, are you trying to compare a catastrophic quagmire to somebody knocking out you? That's a false equivalency to what he said. What he's saying is both of these people had things to say, and because they said those things, consequences ensued, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But these tethers, somebody wrote it in the comments earlier, all over social media, they the number one. Go look up braiding. Don't even put African in it. Watch they show you an African. Go look up makeup. And even though the girl may not look like an African, go look in her bio. Why she got buku flags in that hole? Go look up anything for black. I don't care what it is. Go look up anything black and you're going to see a tether first. That is done by design. That is the destiny swap. That is the way to write you out of your own identity and out of your own history. Now, remember, they need you to be here to perpetuate said culture because that's the only way it works. These tethers can't repeat what we're doing. So they need us to continue to do it, but champion them for being the identity of it. And that's a problem. That's why every time you turn around, it's tethers here, tethers there, tethers everywhere. It's like they're falling out of the sky. You can't even win for losing. You online think you're going to support a black-owned company, then you do the research and find out they're really from Nigeria. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna support this girl because she black. Whole time she Jamaican. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is eating off of Black America, and everybody is pointing at us, making it seem like we're overreacting. You're not, number one. And number two, we got to be mindful of these tethers and who we listening to. Okay, because they everywhere. They literally, it's like somebody turned on the light for me and them bitches started scattering. I started seeing tethers everywhere. I was surrounded by them. I said, God damn, What the hell? I was literally surrounded by tethers. Even in the porn world, girl, I went to look up Ebony and they had all Africans on there. Threw me off. Girl, was this? I ain't even want to see it no more. You see what I'm saying? They everywhere. And that is not a coincidence. That is not them just saying, oh, we want to join. No. That is them doing an actual destiny swap. They are going to take over as the image and reap the benefits while you do all the work. And let me show you why I know this to be true. Y'all been seeing about this Juneteenth celebration? So now the Africans taking over Juneteenth. We talked about this. Let me pull it up on here. The Juneteenth Afro beats. Hold on. So now Juneteenth is supposed to be the celebration of freedmen, Black Americans, who were freed from slavery. None of these Black Americans were Africans. Let me say this again. Juneteenth is a celebration of freedmen, Black Americans who were freed from slavery from 1863 to finally 1865. Absolutely none. And when I say none, I mean none with all caps. Absolutely none of these people were African. None. Nobody that was enslaved, especially during the time of slavery ending, 1863, none of them were African. But because history tells you that these people came from Africa, now Africa has a way to creep in and say, you are me and I am you. And that's not the truth. Okay? It's a trick. The indoctrination system, the church, the entertainment industry, the education system told you that you came off a boat from Africa. When you do your genealogy, you're going to find out that you did not. You never came off of a boat from Africa. But because they taught you that, you believe that. And now here it is, we're in 2026, and people are celebrating the Black Americans, who were free from slavery, who were not Africans. And now here come these Africans talking about a Juneteenth Jollof celebration. Let's get into it. You can't make this shit up. Hold on. You can't make this up. Juneteenth. Let me show y'all. They got flyers. They did it with Essence Festival. They got flyers and all kinds of stuff where these Africans are literally posting about celebrating Juneteenth. And again, let me say this too. A lot of Black Americans are helping these people to steal your stuff. That's why they promote the Africans to be, you know what I'm saying, in your Juneteenth celebrations. That's why they tell you you're being xenophobic by not allowing them into the celebration. But that's a trap within itself, okay? But at any rate, they doing all these flyers, and these flyers are to celebrate Juneteenth, and they're celebrating it as an African holiday when it has absolutely nothing to do with the continent or of African nor the people. This has everything to do with Black Americans. But again, it's not inclusion. It's only inclusion because they want to steal it from you. It is a way to ultimately destiny swap. I told you a lot of these Africans are going to come over here, get American names, and because you don't know who you are genealogically, they're going to creep in and get a lot of Black Americans' inheritance. Watch. They getting these rent. They not coming over here with them long ass last names. They leaving that shit where they come from. They coming over here and getting regular names. John Smith. Yes. I don't give a damn what they say to you. They coming over here and they changing out their African names for American names. They're already integrated. We spoke about that the last Educational Friday. They're already integrated into our freedmen history. Now the first Black bank in Houston that was in the third ward that was created by us. Now it's ran by Nigerians under the idea that it is still Black owned. This is the destiny swap. This is the witchcraft. They are literally acting like they're your friend when they're stealing everything. And to Black America, I want to understand the logic. According to the story that you were told, these the same Africans that ran into your village, raped, pillaged, kidnapped, and killed all of your people. So why on God's green earth would you then sit down and break bread with their descendants? Help me out in the comments, please. Because I think all logic has completely left the building here. We have been told for centuries that we were kidnapped raped and pillaged out of a village in Africa. According to them, these Nigerians is the people who did it. So why the fuck is we over here trying to be cool with these motherfuckers? It's supposed to be a generational war between us and them. And I'm not promoting that. I'm just telling you, in regular world, in real societies, you're supposed to hate their great grandkids if you believe the story. But these the same people who have gaslit you so much to where they can admit to you, oh yeah, we raped, beat y'all, killed y'all, threw y'all in slavery, but don't worry about it, because we sorry. And niggas is really on here like, sound about right. Even if you believe we from Africa, let's say that that's the truth. And I know it's not, but let's just say for all intents and purposes, we all came from Africa. It would make absolutely zero logical sense for us to be breaking bread, entertaining, or even working with the descendants of the people who sold you into your demise, right? Only a fool would interact and break bread with the people who sold them generationally into fucking slavery. But when you under witchcraft and you can't see that, you look at it as if you're trying to be inclusive. You are never to include your enemy in shit. Nowhere in the Bible, nowhere does it say include your enemy. But for some odd reason, we've been indoctrinated so well that now if we don't include the enemy, we're being told we're wrong. Fuck that. Because every single day they wake up and find a way to destiny swap. Now, why does an African need to celebrate Juneteenth anyway, especially a Nigerian, when you the reason we were there? According to your doctrine, you the reason we was there. So now you're going to turn around and take our history, then turn around and celebrate it and turn it into a Nigerian shit. When I say the hugest slap across the ancestor's face, I can't understand how y'all don't see this. I can't be the only one that can see this. But neither here nor there. Let's get into this beautiful young lady as she speak about how they're using flyers, changing up the food and all that stuff to make this Juneteenth now an African situation, a Pan-African situation. Let's get into it.
This picture isn't insulting because of division. It's insulting because it represents erasure. It's like you're taking a cultural group that had nothing to do with Juneteenth, nothing to do with Black Americans at all, and then trying to insert their culture in replace of ours to celebrate something that only has to do with us. This West African Ghanaian culture does not represent Black Americans at all. No Black American grew up eating egusi soup or okra soup or jollof rice. Like, that's not a part of our culture. That would be like Black Americans having soul food in Ghana as a replacement for jollof or banku or whatever they were having in celebration of some festival that only had to do with their people. It just wouldn't make sense. We have our own culture, and that culture is what should be represented and celebrated for Juneteenth. I feel like this is another slap in the face from the Pan-Africans, basically saying that our Black American culture is not good enough, so we need to replace it with something more African to represent Juneteenth.
That's not what they're saying. They know that your culture is good enough, but they're slowly stealing it from you. And how do they do that? They integrate and then infiltrate. They come in saying, hey, can we celebrate with you? And you say, yeah, come on in. And then it goes from them just being there to celebrate to, can I bring a dish? And then you say, sure. And then it went from them bringing a dish to you look up and there's no Black American influence nowhere. It's a whole bunch of Africans using Afro beats. And y'all around that bitch eating Play-Doh and gravy and some whack ass rice they call jollof. That's how it happens. It ain't because they want to just put you, they don't just want to put their food in place of yours because yours ain't good enough. They are stealing from you, ma'am. Us. I'm telling to all of us. They're stealing from us. It's just, if you want to see visually what that feels like, it's kind of like as if you would sleep on the couch and instead of somebody busting in your house and saying, wait, get up. And then they point guns and they just run in and take all the stuff. It's kind of like somebody sneaking past you with your shit. That's them. They tiptoeing past you while you sleep on the couch. Oh, yeah, that's a great analogy. Black Americans are asleep on the couch. These Africans done knocked on the door. You done let them in, told them make yourself at home, and they did. And it started off with, well, can I just add this? And we like, sure. And now you done fell asleep after you done caught the itis, and they sneaking your shit right out the door like this. That's exactly what they doing. That's exactly what they are doing. And we so knocked out, we can't even see them going out the door with the sofa. We can't even see the refrigerator and them been moved because we knocked out cold. Literally. That's what they doing, stealing. That's why they doing it the same way they doing it, stealing.
Culture, and that culture is what should be represented and celebrated for Juneteenth. I feel like this is another slap in the face from the Pan-Africans, basically saying that our Black American culture is not good enough, so we need to replace it with something more African to represent Juneteenth. Like with the whole Juneteenth celebration in Ghana, it's like, I'm just not seeing the connection here. It's okay for us to be American. It's okay for us to just be us.
Shout out to that sister. She's on it. She's on it, and she's raising the right questions. Why are these Africans literally Africanizing a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with them? And I'll tell you why to the Black Americans in the chat. Because they have Africanized everything that we have. And none of the things that we have in America have anything to do with Africa or its descendants. Let me say that again. They have Africanized every single thing that we have created right here on this land and even other lands right here in the world. They've taken it and they put a little nice Africa sticky note on it, and they've done that because that's what they were here to do, to Africanize your shit, to take you up out of it mentally so you don't know who and what you are. That's the play. We thinking from behind when we need to be thinking from the future. What would be the gain for these Africans coming in trying to change the name to all our stuff and put their name on all our stuff? It is because they are stealing. They stealing. That's what they doing. And the government, and let me say who else? Other Black Americans, and them boule babies, them politicians y'all love, them celebrities, oh yeah. Didn't I be showing y'all the videos of all the celebrities going over to Africa getting their citizenship? Ooh, more crazy ass. How many times we've seen it on this platform a million times? Black American celebrities going over there getting citizenship. And y'all think, oh, it's nice. No, that's part of the witchcraft to help them steal out the back door. See, if you think that Sierra or any of these people are really African, then it gives the African more leeway to say this belongs to us. Not just you, us. We got to let Africa go, Fad. We got to let it go. It never belonged to us. Africa have a bunch of beautiful people that it belongs to that take good care of Africa. Africa has never belonged to us. They've only taken us out of our land here mentally and put us in Africa so that they can come by and steal. I need y'all to understand that. They tell us all the time in movies, we don't pay attention, but they tell us all the time in movies. Check them out.
What kind of face you got, Bill? That Mandinka face.
Mandinka? What fool stuff's that you're talking about? That's Africa. I ain't no Africa.
Well, I'm Mandinka. We're proud people.
And I'm American. I'm American. I'm American. I was born here. My mammy and my daddy was born here. And my daddy's daddy. And I ain't no African.
They literally tell you in the movies that you are not African. Hold on, I got another one right here. Where my other one? You don't know. Here you go.
You talk more shit than a little bit. Back to Mother Africa. That's bullshit. Without question, we are all Black Americans. You do not know a goddamn thing about Africa. I am from Detroit, Motown. so you can Watusi your monkey ass back to Africa if you want to.
They literally told us. But yet and still, because of indoctrination and us being taught that we need to share, right? Now we have these people who, Malcolm X said it, they came in and started integrating until it was time to infiltrate. And the infiltrate means they come in and take everything you got. And that's why we're here. She did another video responding to a question. Somebody, another African, let me show you how they'll gaslight you. Let me show you how they'll gaslight you. And you got to make sure this is even a real person. It might be a bot. But somebody tried to gaslight her and said, it's not replacing it's connecting you with your roots. That's not true. If you do your genealogy, Black America, you know that you don't have no roots. If any of you do, it's very, very little. 99.9% of Black America have zero roots to that continent of Africa. That's why when y'all spit in that tube and sent it over there and they told y'all was 60% Nigerian, they never gave you a name of people or a location of them people. They said, oh, on the west side. The fuck? Are you insane? That's done by design. That's done by design. Watch the witchcraft. Check out her responding to this. It says, it's not replacing, it's connecting with your roots. Why are you panicking? That's a listen, witchcraft. That right there is a play. Check it out.
That's not my roots. That's not none of our roots. Our roots are in the United States of America. Our ancestry, our ethnogenesis began in the United States of America. So I'm not really sure how celebrating Juneteenth, eating a goosey soup, okra soup, banku, fufu, and jollof rice represents my roots as a Black American whose genealogy only can be traced in the United States. Now, is there some African people that were in my lineage? Probably so. They're just not traceable. So why would making West African culture the center of Juneteenth be a representation of a group of people who can't even trace one person to the continent of Africa? I mean, it's almost like you guys just expect for us to just take a dart and just throw it at the map of Africa and just pick a culture and say, you know what, since my culture isn't really a culture and it's not really good enough and it's kind of just generic Blackness, let me just throw a dart at Africa and just pick one, and then I'll just pretend like that's who I am, and I'll just pretend like that's my roots, because I just don't have any roots. Otherwise, I guess I must have just dropped out of Never Never Land. You know, if my roots don't go to Africa, I still really don't understand what is so hard to understand about that. My roots are not in Africa. Sorry to say, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not.
Shout out to that sister. Obviously, she has some level of genealogy done because she was able to respond accordingly. That lady said she done did her paperwork. She done found out who she was, and literally nothing points back to Africa. This is why I tell Black America, do your genealogy, Black America, please. That's the only way to know exactly who you are. And once you know, can't nobody tell you nothing. Listen, the biggest lie you were told is that you were African, but that's only to steal from you, steal your identity, and to destiny swap. If you don't do your genealogy, you won't know that you have zero ties to them people. It's all a play. It's all a play. Another thing, somebody wrote it in the comments. See, a lot of Black Americans keep going around saying you had an ethnogenesis. Black America, you have never had no such a thing. Whoever you are today is what you were 1,000 years ago. Notice I didn't say 400. Whoever you are today is who your people was and where you came from 10,000 years ago. You didn't have to go through slavery to become who you was. You wasn't mixed up. You weren't none of that stuff. You are who you always been. I need us to let go of this boat. We still haven't found said boat. So the ethnogenesis shouldn't even be a thing. We still haven't even found a boat yet. We got dinosaur bones, but not no boats. And again, when they tried to put you in Africa, you spit in the tube and they said over there in that land on the west side. They never gave you a name of the people. Maybe they gave you a name of the people, but nobody who's taking that DNA test has been able to go to Africa and go to a land or a place where they say they from and say, this my great cousin, this my third times removed sister. Nobody has ever been doing that because it's not true. You never had no ethnogenesis because you are who you've always been. I need Black America to understand that. And the only way for you to corroborate that is through what? Genealogy. I can sit up here and say it till I'm green in the face and I'm Black, so we know that ain't possible. I can say that you ain't African till you green in the face. The only way you will truly know is when you start to do your genealogy. And shout out to this sister because she obviously had hers. Because if you didn't know your genealogy and you going off the lie, you would automatically assume, oh yeah, I am from Africa, but you're not. You're not. Scientifically, you and those people are completely different. Did you know that? Genetically, you and the African are not even the same. Y'all don't even have the same genetic makeup or build. The only thing that you share with these people are melanin. Melanin. We are aboriginals, obviously, but you are not them and they are not you. But the longer you hold on to the African narrative, the longer you remain there. And remember, they got you believing that you from Africa while they coming over here saying that they're American. Let's put our thinking caps on right quick. It ain't gonna take us long. I need us to put our thinking caps on, right? So you mean to tell me they telling us we come from Africa and our roots is there, but they come to America and take over all our American shit? And then call it African? Meanwhile, when they get here, they don't want to be called African nothing. They want to be called just an American. Do you see how you got tricked out your spot? Y'all see how you just easily got tricked out your spot? Let's just put our thinking caps on real quick. They come over here to become an American, and then they get here and tell you the African. That's like me going up to a man and saying, you a girl, and I'm really the boy. The man gonna be like, what? You are the girl and I'm really the boy in real life. And the man gonna be like, are you stupid? I literally have testosterone. I have a penis. Like, you the one with the vagina and the titties. Like, what do you? But it's literally like me walking up to a man right now and say, listen, I know what you've been taught, but I'm telling you now, you are the girl and I'm really the boy. It makes no sense. That's what these Africans are doing. Hey, you the African, but I'm the American. Let's just think about certain things, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, please be mindful they're stealing. Now, on the flip side, we got another part to worry about. Because now that we know that we ain't African, we know we American, we have rights we need to be fighting for here. Because guess what? America, as we know it, owes us this land. All of this land belongs to us and more. But let's just, for the topic today, this is our land. Y'all remember that song they used to make us sing growing up? I might tell my age. I'm 43. It is what it is. But when I was growing up, they had this song they used to make us sing in the morning before school. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island or some shit like that. And as a child, me, my duck ass, I'm just happy to be singing in the morning. I used to be the first one. This land was made for you and me. Y'all remember the song? Whole time, it's witchcraft. If you keep singing that shit, you really start believing your land belongs to us when it don't. That those small little things that we took for granted, like, oh, it's just a song. No, it indoctrinated us to get here and say, oh, no, this ain't our land. Because remember, this land is your land. This land is my land. You see what I'm saying? Witchcraft. That's all it is. It's a trick. One big trick. I told Black America we are the Truman Show. If y'all never seen that movie, go watch it. The Truman Show, Jim Carrey starred as the guy Truman, who basically was being played on by everything and everybody around him. Everybody knew the secret that he was in a sitcom and none of this shit was real except Jim. That is us, Black America. We are the star player or the star character in the Truman Show. That's us. Everybody out here lying to us. Everybody, the Negroes, some of the Negroes, the clears, the other melanated people, everybody lying to us to keep it going. Because remember, as long as we're lied to, they make the money. They reap the benefits. Yeah, that's why they keep telling you African, so they can take your culture. Yeah, so now they're already taking over the freedmen this. Now they're going to be, you see what I'm saying? Taking over everything else you got. Yep. That's literally how it goes. But like I said, on the flip side, Black America, now that we know who we are not, we about to get into our genealogy and we about to figure out who we are. And this is why this is more important than who we not. Because when you realize who you are and you realize what this government owe you, it really pisses you off. It really upsets you and your homegirls because you be thinking to yourself, they had me around here windmilling with my head down behind this Africa shit, not knowing that they stealing behind my back. They taking my land that my great granddaddy bought. You feel what I'm saying? My great-great-granddaddy came out of slavery and literally bought 200-300 acres of land. The government took that from him and then put some Native Americans in front of my face and told me that this day shit. That's some bullshit. That's the type of stuff you come to when you're dealing with this awakening, because you be like, well, wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me y'all lied to me on one hand saying I'm African, and while y'all lying to me about that, you stealing my land on the other end, giving it to the $5 footlongs and the clears? So why is this important? We know who we're not. We're not Africans. And if you don't know, do your genealogy and then you'll know. But once you figure that out, you'll realize the $5 footlongs, this is another group of people who are literally staged in the Truman Show to make you believe that they are the true inhabitants of this land. Who are the $5 footlongs? Those are the Native Americans, the $5 Indians. Black America, when you speak about your indigenous roots, please refrain from using the term Native American. And yes, some Black Americans are legally tagged as Native Americans because some of them did join the 5 civilized tribes. But when you understand this history, you know that the Native American is the Siberian. That is not you. Remember, that term was created for the Siberian to take your identity. Prior to them Siberians, there was no such a thing as a Native American. You, Black America, are indigenous. Indians, you can even go with that. Aboriginal, we here for it. You can even say freedmen and freedmen. Who cares? But to say you're a Native American is really wrong. So please be mindful that those are the Siberian Huskies we be seeing. That's the ones we be windmilling against on TikTok. That's not you. And again, they are staged actors put in place to take your identity. We got Africans on one hand trying to steal it, and then we had Native Americans on the other hand stealing too. And that's amongst two groups, amongst how many other groups? Too much to count. So what happened was when they were turning our status from Indian to Negro, because that's literally what we was, it's documented, look it up. We were originally status as Indians, right? Different forms of Indians, but still Indians. And then we went from that to Negro. That was done by design because when they were taking our status from Indian to Negro, they created the Native American term and gave it to the Native American or the Siberian. Now, these people knew that this was a sham. But the earlier people during that time realized this is a benefit for me. Yeah, it's wrong. I'm cosplaying as the real people, but shit, we about to get land. We about to get reservations. We about to get reparations. I mean, it's kind of like on some self-preservation type teas. So the original Native Americans and a lot of clears, they signed up to come on and say that they are the true people when they are not. Now, fast forward, Trump came in talking about birthright citizenships. I think I shared that. Hold on. Trump came in talking about the birthright citizenship stuff. You know, he was advocating for that because he said it does not belong to all these other people coming in acting as if they are those people. The birthright citizenship situation was only put specifically aside for us. We call ourselves Black Americans today, but we are much bigger than that. We are the true Aboriginal indigenous people of this land. I need y'all to know that. I don't need you to believe it. I need you to know it. And if you want to know it, do your own personal genealogy. It'll show you. But Trump came on here and started talking about the 14th Amendment. And another way for these people to capitalize off of us is to take stuff and set aside that was strictly for us and use it for themselves. We seen them do it with DEI. We seen them do it with Rainbow Coalition. This is all they do. Take our shit and then make it so it benefits everybody. Now, Y'all remember this video when Trump came in and was talking about how the 14th Amendment was just for Black America? Check this out. And he's going to talk about how they've been using our stuff to buy citizenship.
Another one coming up, which is birthright citizenship. And we're the only country in the world that has it. You step into our country and you're all of a sudden a citizen. You come in a certain way. This was not meant for Chinese billionaires to have their children become citizens of our country. This was meant, or other rich people, poor people. This was meant for the babies of slaves. This was signed right after the Civil War. You look at the dates alone, immediately after. This was having to do with the babies of slaves. And people have used it. And if this is allowed to stand, it will be a disaster economically for our country. And you'll have 25% of the people coming into our country coming in through birthright citizenship, and we won't have any control. This decision by the Supreme Court is a very big one. They'll probably rule against me because they seem to like doing that. Birthright citizenship is done by no other country in the world the way we're doing it. We're a laughing stock. Now we have another one coming up, which is birthright citizenship.
So Trump spoke about this. And if y'all don't understand the way birthright citizenship has helped others, let me give you the Cliff Notes, the hood part, the hood version. So basically what happened was when they wrote the 14th, 13th, and 14th Amendment, let's talk specifically about that. It was to say that those Black Americans, because keep in mind, a lot of Black Americans who were not slaves were automatically citizens. But this was specifically written for the children of freedmen. These are people who went through slavery and were not counted as citizens, okay? So I need everybody Black to know that this don't mean any and everybody Black was a freedman. Some of us were not freedmen because some of us came from money. Not me. I don't know. I haven't done all that research yet. But some of us came from money, but we were not freedmen. We were freemen. But the point is, the reason for the 14th Amendment being written was for the babies of those people, those Black Americans who were already here slaving and trying to get their citizenship, because they believed, obviously, that we needed to be a part of this society and a part of this government in order to be counted as equal. That's what this is all about. So now, fast forward, they took the birthright citizenship written specifically for slaves and said it's for everybody. So they basically said, even though the thing says only the slaves, if you create a baby or you have a baby on this land and that baby is automatically a citizen, they took that and said that means for any and everybody. This is why a lot of people will come to America, have their baby, and then be like, oh, we can't leave now, we citizens. That's what they did. And when Trump put this out there, what Black Americans don't realize is it knocked a lot of people out the way. Everybody is what it knocked out. This is why the Democrats are fighting so hard to get you to go against Trump, because what Trump did when he brought it back to the original people, which is us, that literally said, all you other mother pluckers that's coming over here, you Johnny come lately saying that you're American, you're not. You're not. And we're not going to allow you to continue to say that you are just because you came over here and shitted out a kid. No, this was not meant for you. This was meant for these Americans, the real Americans, us. And that's all Trump is doing. And again, I don't care if you're Democratic or Republican, but what I'm saying is this is the game they play with you. You got the Democrats saying that Trump is doing all these horrible things, and he might be. I don't follow the fool. But what I'm saying is a lot of the things he's doing like this is specifically for the benefit of only us. We've been fighting for stuff just for us. And this right here is one of those things that only specifically benefits Black America. No other group of people can penetrate this. So it was great that he did it. Now, what are the side effects? What are the results of this? When he repealed that 14th Amendment bit, all these people that's been lying and saying that they're Americans are no longer American, and they're getting rude awakenings. Now, I be on here every day telling y'all to do genealogy. That's just what God put on my heart to come on here and tell y'all to do. But every day I wake up, I'm realizing that that's part of my blessing or part of my lesson to give to y'all, because it's all going to make sense in the grand scheme of things. Once we let go of Africa, do our genealogy and find out who we really are, then we can go to the government for those reparations that we ask about. And it's not just money. It's not money. As a matter of fact, it is everything that this government in this world has. It belongs to us. That is what this is all about. So here it is. The downfall of this, a lot of these $5 footlongs, a lot of these Native Americans who've been going around saying that they're tribal citizens of America and they are the Aboriginal. No, they don't call themselves Aboriginal. They are the indigenous population of America because they don't have actual genealogy to prove it. Now they're getting kicked off their square and told them they are the Siberians that they really are. So what's happening, this group of Native Americans are over there trying to, figure out their tribal citizenship. And the man told them, you don't have any because you don't have the genealogy to prove it. This is why it's imperative that you do yours, Black America. It says the response when individuals are told their genealogy doesn't link them back to any Aboriginal ancestry, treaties are lawful claims. It says, while Aboriginals of America are misled and with false DNA, While Aboriginals of America are misled with false DNA kits and miseducated to believe they're from Africa, outsiders have been making unlawful claims to American terminal benefits under our ancient ancestors' name. I told you, but the tables have been turning. It says, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will know there's plenty of opportunities on the table that we can utilize from their system for our private benefit. But by returning back to our heritage to do business with the United States like our ancestors one did. It says instead of acting as their business identifies as U.S. citizens, it says we just have to get in the right tribal status to receive what's owed to us on behalf of treaties and obligations. And it says comment your tribes and let us know what happened. All right, let's get into the video of these Native Americans being told y'all don't have any stake to no claim because you don't have the genealogy to prove that you are the original people. Check it out.
People are being told that their genealogy does not link them or their families to any of the Indian ancestry.
The issue is that the individuals in these groups do not have Abenaki ancestry. They have great stories. Who determines that? Because I've actually actually did the genealogies of every single family that they place in their own documentation. And there's no Abenaki ancestors. That's it. That's the story. You had a flawed process that recognized people who have no Abenaki ancestry. And now you have individuals who are upset because of that, because there's a possibility that truth will come out. But that was never part of the process. I have all of the documents. You can access it yourself. This is a serious problem that you've engaged in.
And just like that, the tides are turning quickly, family. And this is why it's so important for you all to have your private tribal affairs in order. And most importantly, know why it's important to have your tribal affairs together and the benefits you actually can receive. Let me break this down for you. You see, going back to our tribal heritage is important because we get what's owed to us, like free tribal health care paid for by the government. And not only that, did you know that we could get a free college education provided by and paid for by the government on behalf of their own programs that they have for us as American Indians? If we come back and claim our heritage, even if you like to go shopping, you get benefits there because, of course, we're tax exempts on point of sales. Now, for those of you all who have followed me, Brother Truth, for the 10 plus years that we've been doing this, then you know that we've brought through thousands of brothers and students and helped them with their genealogy, get their
I don't believe in outsourcing genealogy. But if y'all want to go over there, I'm just saying I'm not promoting it. I don't believe in outsourcing genealogy. That's just me. But he looks like he's offering help on genealogy if y'all want to. But listen, that's not the point. Because he started going off on the stuff that you can receive. Hold on. I want to go back to this. This is very important. He started going off about some of the small things that these tribal people receive. But let me just say this. The only way for you to even think about getting that stuff is if you do your genealogy. You have to find out who you are and who were your people before they said you was a Negro. Okay? You have to. Okay? But at the end of the day, those are small things you can gain. The free school, the tax exempt, which is huge. But those are smaller things that the government owe you by just understanding who and what you are. And the irony of these Native Americans to be upset that these people are telling them they don't have the genealogy to prove these tribal things is it's irony to me. I am of confusion. Because why wouldn't They tell you that. But again, when you've had generations of your people just saying this what it is without any proof or anything, you just go with the move. And now these people are sitting up there. A lot of them genuinely believe that they are aboriginal to this land. I don't know why. And I know why, because they've been told this and taught this. A lot of them genuinely believe that they're aboriginal to this land. But for those of them who understand what's really going on, they know that they're not. They know good and damn well that they are not aboriginal to this land. And like I said, bringing it back to Trump, when Trump came back and said this whole birthright citizenship shit gotta go and it's only for descendants of slaves, it literally started knocking off all of the cosplayers around us, the Africans, the Native Americans, the clears, all of these people that were jumping in on our wave saying that they were us and we were somebody else. All of those people benefits went kaput, out the window. But again, I could preach it till I'm green in the face, but the only way for you to know Black America is to do your genealogy. It's so odd that they got denied because they don't have the genealogy when all you got to do is go do yours. It's literally that simple. But I hope y'all caught on and I hope y'all catch on. If not, research everything that I said, period. But if not, it'll click one day, because that's why we're all here, to wake people up and get people to see the big okie doke. Again, you ain't never had no ethnogenesis. That shit ain't even real. I had never heard of the word until Tyreek said it. You ain't never had no ethnogenesis, Black America. That's because you are who you've always been for thousands upon thousands of years, for eons, you doing what you always did. This is why when you go look at old pyramid photos, we got the same hairstyles. I'm pretty sure somebody could find an old ancient photo with a girl with looks like her hair braided to the back. I mean, braided down like mine in a little thing right here. We literally are operating off our soul's muscle memory of what we've already done. Do not disrespect your ancestors by saying they had to be beaten and whipped through slavery in order to be who they are. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do. You are who you've always been. Facts. Okay? Now, I'm going to read a couple of more super chats and I'm going to hop up off of here because we got Educational Friday coming up here in just a minute where we've been discussing our indigenous history, or at least our history and roots to Greece, because that's what I picked up. That's what I picked up, okay? So we're going to get into that. Make sure y'all pull up for that. I'll probably be a little bit after 5. Yeah, a little bit after 5. Star T's Lawson, thank you again so much. She says, yes, Vu is back. Yes, I'm back, honey. Thank you so much, beautiful, for the super chat. J Money, thank you for the super chat. Says, welcome back. Thank you, J Money. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. K1820, thank you for the super chat. Says, Vu, you are so dang funny, girl. Lord knows we missed you. I've always wanted to visit Greece and Japan. Welcome back. Your good energy is contagious. Oh, I missed y'all too. Listen, I swear to God, I be sitting up here saying, girl, these people worry me. But in my mind, I be like, I ain't gonna lie. I need to go live. I be missing y'all too. That's why I understand how y'all be feeling. I told y'all that one girl said, boo, I know you on vacation, but girl, is you putting up love in hip hop? I understood. Because I ain't gonna lie, I would feel the same way. I don't know if I would have emailed that to me and said it, but she did. She said what I would have been thinking. So I was like, I get it. So I love y'all and miss y'all too. And I'm happy to be back. But we got a lot. Make sure y'all pull up on Educational Friday later on, okay? Simply Monique, thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. Says, you right, boo. When I do my cleaning jobs, it's long hair everywhere, stringy, nasty hair. Yeah, they shed. And let me say this too. A lot of the stuff and standards they give us for what's normal is really not our standards. It's theirs. You know, like I don't think the blood pressure standard is our standard. It's a whole other thing. But yeah. You're right. They call us chimps and they the ones shedding like goddamn Labradors. How we get to be the chimps and you motherfuckers is shedding like Labradors? Let me tell you something. Y'all ever been to a gym shower where the clears be? Go behind one trifling motherfucker. They'll have a hairball in the goddamn sink about this big. I remember one time I went behind a bitch. Come get this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to take a shower too because I had to go to work. Oh, no. You got to come back. Ma'am, can you come back and get this hair out? Yeah. Y'all think I'm lying? And this is every time they shower. Hairball be the size of a goddamn bowling ball. One clear. I said, ma'am, you got to come back. Ma'am, you got to clean this up. I wasn't even going to use that shower, but I was so mad that I passed it and saw it. You got to come get this. Oh, yeah. I bet that whole thought I worked there. You got to come get it. And you left your hair in there. You got to get disgusting. No shade. Shout out to the clears, but it's true. But yet we get to be called the chimps. I need somebody out here to help me to make it make sense. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I tell Black America, don't fall for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe. They want you to exude your energy on feeling played so they can destiny swap with you. Understand it, know what it is, and move around. Thank you, Simply Monique. I appreciate you. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says the same people that feel entitled to the N-word and claims it's just the word got triggered by tether. Right, and racist. Also, he used words like threats and blicky. Yeah. Again, it's the witchcraft. It's to trick you out of your spot. Don't pay attention to it. I don't care. I'm to the point now. I don't give a damn what they think about me. Everything they said I am. She's racist is. She's homophobic, whatever. Whatever you say I am, bitch, that's a wrestle between you and yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with me. She's xenophobic. Okay. Are you going to deny it? Not at all. Not in the least bit. That's a wrestle. That's an internal wrestle. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and you. Whatever you say I am, cool. Because there's somebody next to you that's not going to think that. And it is what it is. That's just me. That's how I live. Thank you, Trey. TCS Mastery, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sharjay3318, thank you so much for being a member for 15 months. Says, I sometimes wonder if these Africans are Cabbage Patch Kids. Oh, absolutely. Not all of them. But them Nigerians, you motherfucking right. Allegedly. Conspiracy theory. Yeah, girl, they made them in the lab. Yay. Think about it, y'all. Whenever we dealing with the African tethers, it don't be the old ancient Africans. You know what I'm saying? Like you rarely see the South Africans over here with that. Think about it. Shout out to Africa, the continent itself. But let's start thinking about who is our major threat. What kind of Africans are the ones we have the most problem with? And why does the government love them so much? That's because that's their science projects. That's their science projects. Yeah, that's why they keep them close and put them in charge so they can watch and see. Yay! And when you think about the Nigerians, no shade, but fuck it, I'm saying what I say. When you think about the Nigerians, they literally have the least talent out of all the Africans. The other ones know how to sing. They be over there pottery and doing all kind of shit. They be doing, not them, they just Africans. They got Jollof and Play-Doh. They ain't even add to Africa. They going around Africa colonizing them people. Come on, man. I tell you what, it's some Africans off in the side that don't really fuck with the world. They'll tell you the truth. You gotta come across an African that don't fuck with the world. We don't even know what that is. That's them Cabbage Patch Kids, allegedly. Allegedly, conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a certain group of them. I think that's their Cabbage Patch Kids without a doubt. Absolutely. Thank you, Sharjay. And Jay Grizzly, thank you for the super chat. Says, notice none of them Pan-Africans never want to give up their citizenship and move to one of those 54 countries in Africa. Dr. Umar always returns. You know, he's a big old punk. I don't know him to be no punk, but he a big old puppet. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he's told to do. He a lying-ass Leo, no shade. And that's why he like Marcus Garvey. I think he might really be descendant of Marcus Garvey because both of them niggas was full of shit. And they both fat and black. He might be Meatball and nephew. I know he been around here telling y'all he kin to Meatball. He might really do though, because he act just like Meatball. If y'all know the history on let me get him on here. Get what Meatball name is. Y'all know Marcus Garvey. If y'all know the real true history on Marcus Garvey, you know that Black Americans hated this nigga. We didn't fuck with no Marcus Garvey. As a matter of fact, the mass majority of us, whenever he used to come over here trying to give speeches about going to Africa, we would run this nigga out of town. Oh, and let me make you laugh even more. Even the Jamaicans didn't fuck with this nigga. I don't give a damn what the history books say. They lying anyway. I'm telling you collectively, Black America nor the Jamaicans rock with this nigga here. But if you let the government tell you, they'll make it seem like this nigga was a savior. No. The nigga wasn't to be trusted. And that's why I know for a fact, if Umar crazy ass running around here saying that's his uncle, I believe it. I believe it. They act just alike. Did y'all know Meatball here put out a mixtape when he got locked up? Oh, yeah. Yes, he did. Put out a whole mixtape. They said the nigga had all kind of stuff coming through the prison. Girl, they say he was locked up amongst the worst, treated like a god in that bitch. And he out there put a mixtape telling his people don't worry about it. He be home soon. Yeah. Y'all gotta learn. Y'all gotta learn this real history, bro. When y'all know a lot of the stuff y'all been lied to, that's why I call it Meatball. A lot of the things we've been lied to, yeah, we know that Malcolm X people was Garveyites. A lot of them was, but for the most part, niggas did not rock with no Marcus Garvey. Nowhere. We just didn't. We told him to go that way. And for the few that did follow him, they got stuck over there in Liberia. And the other ones, you feel what I'm saying? We didn't rock with that fool, just like Umar crazy ass. Thank you so much. And Felicia Renee, thank you so much for being a member for 24 months. I appreciate it. She says, welcome back, little sis. The internet is dead when you're on a break. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm back. And I'm going to be here, okay? With that being said, y'all, I got to get up off of here. I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all pay it forward. Anything I've helped you with, please help the next person. Give the information out to the people so that they'll know genealogy is key. It's time for us to get our shit back, but we can't do it as long as we run around here just saying we black. We got to do our genealogy, and we got to go back up there and get what belongs to us, okay? I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all later on Educational Friday. And Morning Joe's people, I will catch y'all Monday. Meet me down at the Dollhouse for this weekend. I didn't even realize it's Memorial Day weekend. I ain't got nothing planned, so I'll be here. So meet me at the Dollhouse. We'll go live on some other stuff. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy.